now that you say that, I can't unsee it. You're absolutely right.
The Reclaimer, let's talk about that first, because I was going to go in a totally different direction.
You can make as much money as you need and work your way towards any ship in the game.
They were trying to cash in off of that nostalgia and that hype.
Now we're recording, baby. It's one of those things, you just miss it.
Yeah, it's a lot. I'm sure it's a lot of bells and whistles to make sure before we get rolling. But yeah, good to be back.
Good to be back. Glad to be back. Glad to have you back here with me, Tav. How you doing today?
I'm doing all right. We can dive right into. Oh my gosh, tried playing the game today and frustrating. A bit frustrating. So.
Oh really?
Let's see. Yeah, I can't even. We couldn't even get the starting box thing because all the SCU.
You're talking about the first mission there?
Yeah, that first mission. There was just
still
3.
doing that?
The SCU boxes all weighed like 1 million capacity or whatever. And
you hit
couldn't
that
move it
in the elevator.
Yeah,
you hit
we
the
tried
box
a couple
and it
different
says, like-
servers too, and that's just what's really frustrating about it is tried it for Hurston, tried it for Crusader.
Why would you do that? Why would you work for Hurston?
Well, it was after we wanted to do Crusader, and after being frustrated not being able to get any of them working, it was like, okay, let's just try somewhere else. And yeah, still the same problem. So hopefully that gets fixed at some point soon. I know it's frustrating for me to,
Bro, I thought it was already
to
fixed.
join and well,
because it's for me, it's been flawless. Here's the thing for me, dude. This whole event's been flawless. Like for basically the first day there was, but after the first hotfix, I haven't had any issues really.
That's pretty. I mean, I feel like that's got. I don't know. Is that atypical? I don't know. I mean, it's all anecdotal everywhere, right? But I did not have that experience. I've had a pretty rough run. Best time it's ever worked is maybe was with you. So maybe you just got the good juju going on,
Well, I spend most of my time mining, so I'm not really interacting with freight elevators too often outside of a hangar. Because I mine it, I refine it, and I go to the hangar.
It is the hangars that seem to be the elevators, really. Yeah.
Well, the freight elevators are the dangerous ones out there in the public, you could say.
For sure. It's been a rough jaunt. That's for sure.
So, have you gotten far with any of the single corporations there?
It was with you, man. That was it's nice getting past tier 1, but yeah, I just haven't had a lot of luck with it.
So you got a tractor beam?
Yeah.
And you hate mining, huh? You can't stand it.
Oh yeah, no. Yeah, it's not for me.
I would take you out with me. That's all I've been doing. I probably spent more time in the game this past week than I've spent in the game in quite a while.
You get rewarded for your mining minerals, right? So
yeah, I mean, I don't even care about the skins or anything. I just want the guns.
Yeah, okay.
What initially,
I guess it's all tiers, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
you get the
much.
rifle. Yeah.
Yeah, I want the sniper. But pretty much at the very beginning, I was very, very enthusiastic about fighting for ArcCorp and having ArcCorp win this because I love ArcCorp. I don't love ArcCorp, but like out of the 4, come on.
I mean, maybe things will change. I got a little bit of bad news. I checked it today and did not look good for ArcCorp. I think it is last place.
Yeah, but you know what? That's fitting. That's fitting.
Yeah, okay,
ArcCorp will make the most sense because it's closest to the jump point, and the planets don't orbit the sun. The planets just stay where they are.
Right. That does make sense. So
yeah, so that would make it the most sense, I thought. But now everyone just wants fatchest gold statue Hurston. So
HD.
They say it's for the skins, but I'm not sure if I believe them.
Yeah, it's good looking skins. It's hard to argue with that.
Black and gold.
Yeah.
Well, if you had to
Extra
choose
buck.
one, Tav, you're a Crusader man.
Yeah, that's where I'm trying to be. They make it impossible to be a Crusader man when you can't even, get those first 3 SCU,
Oh yeah,
So
And so today on the show we're going to talk about a lot on the show today because we skipped a week last week, so we're going to dive in to the
let's talk about
what's it called, the resource drive, of course, as Tav and I are starting to talk about this. We're also going to talk a little bit about some of the, you could call it, drama that's unfolded today on Reddit. But then for the rest of the show,
Excited.
for the majority of the show, we're going to allow our wonderful guests who call in every week to kind of dictate this conversation and let us know where we're going, because this show today is Open Comms Radio, your Star Citizen call-in show. I'm Jar Jar.
And I'm Tav.
And this week's question is, who do you work for? So I'm going to pull up our first guest here. Yeah. Our first guest,
let's do it.
someone you may know, but Tav, have you seen this guy in a while?
I'm not sure who. No, maybe not.
Maybe not. I haven't seen this gentleman in a long time. It's been 4 weeks. Wicket, welcome to Open Comms Radio. Who do you work for?
Citizens.
Citizen.
Long-time listener. 23rd time caller.
Nice.
And
24.
No, 23rd.
We'll roll with 23. I don't want to argue with the caller here. What brings you to the show?
Listen, anytime I can prove Jar Jar wrong, I'm all in.
You can try. You can try.
Who do you work for?
Who do I work for? I work for the Fremen.
Oh, here we go. I knew it, dude. I knew it.
A whole different
I was like,
game.
Wicket's not even been in Star Citizen. I was wondering if you maybe pop in on your own, because we could talk about this event is very much a single player event.
Yeah, more or less. I mean, the group play aspect of it seems to be just like total garbage from what I've seen and some of the videos I've consumed. I don't think I've logged in to do the 3 intro missions for all 4 of the factions, basically. I finally got those to work after going on to an EU server the night that we were all supposed to, it was kind of like an org thing. The guild was going to get together and try out the new mission. And of course, initially I couldn't get it to work. And then finally I just left the group, started looking for a server that worked, and finally found one and just knocked all 4 of those out and haven't played since. But I've seen, they're trying to fix stuff, but they're not having the greatest success, and it seems like there's just so much broken. I'm used to a game that kind of more or less works as intended. So jumping on Star Citizen is absolutely unattractive right now.
So you're also having issues. This is crazy to me, because like I just said, I've had very few issues with this mission.
Yeah, but you're just mining the stuff and taking it in and
mining seems like it might be the way to go here.
I've done
maybe the least friction that you'll get, but it's not the most efficient. I think one of the clips I saw, somebody posted about how you take these missions or you fight NPCs, and the loot they drop you can use to turn in, and that's kind of like the most efficient way to do it. I'm not really sure. I haven't even really paid attention. I'll probably, a week or 2 before the next patch comes out, they'll probably have it all working, and I'll take a day or 2 and just finish it all, and not try try to beat my head against the wall. Oh, you don't, listen.
No chance. What do you mean finish? You're gonna try to finish one of the corps, or you're gonna try to do all 4?
Well, once the optimal way to do it is discovered and found to be working, somebody will post, look at me, I figured it out, I cracked the code, this is what you do, and you just do that, and then you'll be done.
Well, somebody
That's how-
already did that on Reddit. Somebody in the first 36 or 48 hours finished all 4 of them.
Okay, without cheating it, or
I don't know. They posted and they basically, it was some streamer or something, and they played basically 2 days straight.
right,
Sounds like such a battle.
right. But I mean, most of the time you can, like right now, everybody, I see people like posting in the guild Discord. It's like, oh, I'm like 1 mission away from it, but now it's not working anymore. I got 1 more turn in, and I finally got the first org done, or the first, Hurston or ArcCorp or whoever they're fighting for done. And from what I can tell, most of these most of the stuff that Star Citizen does and CIG puts out, most of the time there's a really good optimal way to do all this stuff. And as soon as you crack the code, you just need to rinse and repeat, and within a few days you're done. I don't know how long it'll take, but if it takes a week, I'll just spend a week doing it. And if I even care, I mean, right now I could care less, to be honest with you.
The rewards don't entice you at all.
Let me put it to you this way. I fresh rolled a 3rd character now in Dune Awakening from scratch.
What? Really? I
Oh,
haven't
just go with the
finished my
spoilers.
first one. I have to do the story and stuff. But I stopped doing the Dune story because of this event.
I'm almost done on the third character. I've almost completely finished the main story quest.
Yeah, but your 3rd time through it, it must have been like you're doing it in half the time, 1/3 of the time, maybe.
Well, I'm just playing the game because I enjoy it.
Mhm.
Listen, when you click on a button and it does what it's supposed to do, it's just, you don't think about, oh, is this elevator going to work or not work?
If we're gonna get to Todd Howard, it just works.
It just
Works.
it's just there's no the friction is very little in this game, and that's what I enjoy right now.
Okay. Okay.
Well,
Okay.
It's
So-
but I'm still paying attention to Star Citizen. I'm still following along. I'm still watching their posts and watching a couple of different creators, and I watch a lot of our guild Discord and pay attention to what folks are saying. But like a lot of things, it's just like a lot of repetition. It's the same shit, just told in a slightly different way. It seems like, and you just I just parse what's going on in Discord, what's going on online to figure out. Okay, not ready for me to come back to this game right now. When I could be, fighting the real worm. I got 8 today too because I had to take a phone call and wasn't paying attention.
What an amateur move on your part.
I know, man.
Kind of, fuck, really.
I couldn't believe it.
I know.
And
Well, yeah.
well, the only reason I did this 3rd character is because there's one of the Steam achievements is, when you, spoiler alert, if you're thinking about doing Awakening, I'll give you a second if you want to close your ears. Okay, second over. One of the things you can do when you get eaten by the worm, you go into this thing called a spice dream, and you meet this dude inside the spice dream after you've lost everything, because when you get eaten by the worm, you lose everything. If you're on a vehicle, you lose the vehicle. You lose everything in your inventory, and you basically wake up in your boxer briefs. But
Unrealistic. Why would you keep your boxer briefs?
Well,
How could I be
PG-13.
immersed in a game like that?
It's a game, it's an American audience, This is not
Speaking
Rust.
of, before we finish that bit and before we bring on our next guest, speaking of boxer briefs, Tav and I had a little adventure in Star Citizen.
We did.
And
Tried to.
We tried to. We were trying to film a little toilet scene in Star Citizen. And we had this great idea. I won't tell you about the idea.
Weird at all when you say it like that.
Doesn't sound weird at all, no.
Well,
Right,
I was
continue.
supposed to strip down right? And then we were gonna do some movie magic there to let you know I'm naked. But you push the button and the toilet pops out on the
Yeah.
Corsair.
Yeah.
You can't sit on it.
No.
You can't sit. So then we went to, what did we go to Tav? We did like a
After
You can
that,
sit on any of
600.
them? I don't think you can sit on any of them,
You
can you?
cannot sit on any of them.
No, you could sit on the Corsair one. It wasn't synced for us. Like I could sit on it.
That's right.
But you didn't see. It just looked like you were just sitting on thin air. So it was just really none of the we couldn't find a single toilet, and I think we all scaled all the way up to the Polaris, right? Yeah. You just couldn't find a toilet that worked.
Yeah.
This is what we pay for.
Bro. Anyway.
Couldn't
Anyway,
even make
yeah.
a bit of it. Like, how sad is that? Like,
but if
couldn't
toilets
even
start
make a
working, you
bit
wait.
of
You'll
it.
see some good content because we're trying to make something special here, and they just won't give us the tools we need to do it.
That should be our pitch.
Anyway, Wicket, I'll let you finish your Dune thought, and we'll bring on our next.
Well, anyway, you get it. There's an achievement where when you die by the worm, the guy offers you a new sand bike, and then the achievement is to turn him down and say, "No, I don't need your damn welfare sand bike. I'll make my own." And that gives you an achievement. So I just made a new character just so I could do that achievement. And just to get that one achievement I'd rather spend, 5-6 hours to make a character to get to that point just to turn down a sand bike after getting eaten than play Star Citizen is the point.
Well, CIG, if you get anything from this, enable silly achievements, and then Wicket will play your game again.
Well, party hats. Just add party hats.
All right. So, Wicket, if you could scoot down there,
Sure
down
thing.
the couch. For those of you listening who don't know, OpenComms Radio, we have callers call in, and we have a big old couch here. Anyone can pop on and join the couch. Just join our Discord. We record Wednesday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern time. If you're not on Eastern time, you got to figure that one out for yourself because I don't know where you are. But we're gonna scoot on down here and invite our next guest onto the show, Cosmic Hobo. Cosmic Hobo, another regular here at OpenComms Radio. Cosmic, who do you work for?
Microtech.
Nice.
I like the cold. I like the snow. I like the sleek aesthetics. And
Yeah, I don't hate them.
Next, I'll be working for probably Hurston, only because they're winning and look at the winning tier 5 armor thing. But I'd rather be working for Crusader next, honestly.
Oh, I didn't know that. You think there's a lot of that effect going around where people might complete one corporation and then go, all right, who's likely to win this thing, and then just make that their second? A little bit of the
That's
rich
my
get richer
thinking.
there,
Yeah.
Is that how it works? Where there's going to be a winner and then everybody else?
The
But
winner gets the winner gets the company name on the Pyro Jump Point station.
Mhm.
Gets a 5% landing zone discount
On everything I think it's not just in the landing
be
zone, but
everywhere.
also in the orbit station. So if it's Hurston, it'll be what's that called?
So
Trust
doesn't
or
it make
whatever.
sense just to get Hurston because that's where most of the ships are sold?
That's what most people are probably thinking. Yes.
Because that's the most expensive thing you're ever going to buy is a ship, right? And if most of the ships are 5% cheaper, that's probably a good thing.
Yeah, Crusader's
Although I
got.
think it's a little short-sighted because they can reshuffle that ship inventory at any time for the other.
Yeah, they can.
planet.
Yeah, but they haven't done that in ever.
Yeah, no, that would require or like a reason for them. They would need they'd have to have some kind of gameplay.
They'd have to care.
Theory, yeah.
I mean, it's 5%. It's not huge. I mean, this isn't.
Yes, they care about the game
50%
with
off.
it. I know you don't, but
Yeah, trader.
I care. I can't listen.
Do you see how high your voice went there?
I care.
I care. Don't you never sing the Star Spangled Banner. You'll butcher it.
Butchering our interviewees.
Listen, I'm in the middle of battles right now, so
But the other thing that the winner gets, so Hurston wins, and there's like a unique armor. Everyone who maxes out the Hurston tier gets this unique armor. It's
But
just a
isn't-
black piece of armor with their logo on it.
isn't there a reward for every tier you achieve for each
Yes.
faction? And you don't get any of that unless your thing
You
wins.
get that still.
Yeah, you get your tiered. You get as
You
you go
just
through the
don't
tiers,
get
you get those
the
rewards.
5%. You don't get the station renaming, and you don't get the special.
Well,
it's gonna be the Hurston armor.
everyone gets access to the 5%. It's just that
Oh, yeah.
only Hurston. You can only get that discount at Hurston or Hurston stations.
Yeah, it's pretty balanced. I mean, even if you wanted to show up and let's say you only had 6 hours for this entire event, should it be working, like you should be able to get to tier 2
Yeah.
possibly, right? Like and
Oh, yeah.
collect, easily. Should it be working is obviously the caveat, but
As always.
yeah, I'll have faith. I'll give it a shot again here in a week.
You guys
Which,
can just
I don't
hang
know,
out
they're
with me.
already
Come
talking
with
about
me. We'll get
4.3.
it done.
I
Oh,
think
4.3.
good luck.
So
Yeah.
so hold on, Tav. Wait, we're gonna get to 4.3. Let's let Hobo have his moment. We'll have our next caller come on, and then we'll get to the 4.3 drama in a second here. So Hobo, I mean, is it working for you? Is it successful for you? How you liking it? Have you had much time in the event?
Yeah, I was doing fine right until just a few minutes when I started losing. Because what I've been doing is the resource drive large cargo rescue. So that is the mission where you have to, well, the way they want you to do it is to destroy the ships attacking this abandoned cargo ship. So then you can either unload the cargo ship or take the cargo ship back to wherever. I just scoot on over to the ship as fast as I can, hop out, use my previous ship as target practice for the AI while I run to the bridge, get in the pilot seat, and just boost out of there. This
That's
usually
pretty quick.
works. Yes, it's very quick. You don't have to do any
You don't have to
loading. You don't have to fight any
engage.
cargo elevators. It's
And when you get the ship and you dock it back at base, you don't have to unload it manually.
you have to unload it, but there's only 9 boxes compared to a lot for the
Yes.
usual cargo missions.
Oh, because they're the
That's
longer,
great.
they're the 32 SCU
Yes,
boxes instead of
They use bigger
it's always like 4 SCU or like 8 SCU boxes, I think.
there are 4 SUs on the large cargo and the normal large cargo missions. And
Yeah,
it
that's-
sucks because there's just so many fucking boxes. But
Bro, I'm
with-
mining. It's all 4 SCU boxes for me too.
well, for this, it's like 3 large boxes and then a handful of tiny, smaller-ish boxes for a total of 9. So that's easy. That's a quick
So
unload.
is that like the optimal way,
For
not
me.
duping?
Yeah, that's the way to do it. That is the fastest way to do it. Broccoli Rob's been doing it that way. Tav, you, me, and Lord Anubis tried that the first week, if you recall.
Vaguely, yes.
And then we did not succeed. None of us went into the cockpit. It was a caterpillar there. None of us went into the cockpit.
I do remember, yeah.
Remember? And it blew up, and then Anubis got like a Pisces, and like he flew past me. It was a huge disaster all the way through.
I remember a
I
time
hate
where
the
I think it was
caterpillar
somebody
ones.
else.
We all got out of there, but we didn't get any of the cargo, and then we shut the game off for 2 days after that.
Well, if you take what's crazy is if you take that ship, I don't know if this is still that way, but I did it with somebody else. And when you take the ship from that mission, you drop the cargo off, you got to take your own ship back out, right? Because if you take that ship again, because I think we had a C2 and it was like, oh, hell yeah, we'll just use the C2 to do the rest of these missions. And once we
Oof.
dropped off that cargo once,
Yep.
It just
Yeah.
poof, we were out in the middle of space, both left in the middle of
Disappeared.
nowhere. And it's like, oh, okay, well, this is maybe call it here.
Learn
That's
that
some of
the
those
hard way.
silly. Yeah, that's some of those silly things that they don't ever. It's like
'Cause it's a
they
lot of
don't
time
finish.
to
It's those.
like,
It's not even an edge case. I don't want to call it an edge case because obviously, if you're going to steal the ship and you're going to take it back, and it's like a C2,
right.
what a great ship to keep using.
Yeah.
Obviously,
Probably
players are
hit
going to try to keep
jackpot,
using it.
like,
Yeah. So for that mission in particular, there's two things that I have for this steal the, ship or to take the cargo from the ship mission. One is the fact that you go in that ship and it's just fully operable. Like all you have to do is turn the engines on and go is ridiculous. There should be a fuse. Remember fuses? You guys remember that?
You're thinking too hard.
There should be a fuse. Maybe if you have a fuse and you put the fuse in it, then it can turn back on. Something like that. Just something to demonstrate, like, because you get the mission and it goes, our ship got like shut down or stuck or something, and then you get there and it's fine and there's no one in it.
Yeah,
like,
it would
it
make a
doesn't
lot
make
more
any
sense
sense.
if like all the fuses were burnt out and you had to replace the fuses, and then you could for like, and those are cheap at a station, right? So,
Well, and then that also gives you an opportunity to have like a team on that, because wouldn't it be cool if it's a Caterpillar or C2 and you get on and you don't necessarily know which fuse or how many fuses you need to replace? But if you want to take that ship, you better do it quick or you're going to get shot at by these other guys. So
yeah,
then
and
you
also you get
have a
other,
team.
you get additional functionality of ships like the Vulture that can manufacture fuses.
Can it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Whoa.
So I just think, and now that has whole nother use. Like, yeah. Anyway, good idea.
Great. Yeah. I mean, it's
It's
one of
very
those
good, yeah.
things where it's like, all right, I know we're not done and everything, and I know now they have this monthly schedule, sorry, and I just feel like they're pushing it out to get it out on time, but it's such like a self-imposed timeline. Like, wouldn't you have rather they just waited an extra 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month, fleshed it out more, and then it lands like more thought out?
100%. I don't know who do we have to bribe off? I don't know what you have to do over at CIG to get that to be the case, because I do think that's the biggest problem. I mean, just me trying to get friends to play. It's like, hey, for this patch, let's pop in. No, the cargo doesn't work. And there's this refrain of like, does this ever work when they drop a patch? This is why I don't play. And, because they kill 3 hours of their time to not get anywhere. And
Right.
that is just so damaging, I feel like. And so I don't, yeah, if y'all have any ideas, I don't know how to fix that problem.
Do more with PTU, open it up for more players, incentivize it more. Because this is always the case where in PTU it never gets stress test enough, and then it hits live and immediately everyone and their uncle stress tests it and breaks it, and it's just like we should have seen this in the PTU, but we didn't because they didn't have enough people on PTU.
I feel like PTU is part of the problem.
No, it shouldn't be.
Well,
It absolutely shouldn't be, because it should be where things are tested. They just never get enough people to actually test.
The problem is that the PTU does not for whatever reason, whether it's lack of stress, lack of participation, lack of whatever, the PTU does not reveal a lot of these things, so they don't catch them, or they do catch them, but they're on a timeline, or, who knows what the reasons are. Let's assume, let's give them grace and say, okay.
They have fully said it's because people don't play. They don't stress test it enough.
I'll
They've
never
said
play
it in the
PTU
inside
again.
sources.
Here's the deal, though. The PTU, the reason it's the problem is that get rid of the PTU, just throw everything out into the live environment. Yes, listen, hear me out.
Worse.
Hear me out. If they make, like when they had the the test branch, what do they call it, where you still maintained your progress. Do it that way. Have a live stable branch and have the test branch. But whatever you do in one, like if you get rep in one, it'll carry over to the other, and vice versa. And that way, you're not losing anything. People will continue to play, but you know, whether you want to admit it or not, this is a game that has progress in it. This is a game that has a wallet. All right. Most people, they could give two shits about the new shiny ship. They just want to get in the ship and play, fly around, pirate, not pirate, mine, and they want their shit to work. Plain and simple. They don't care about testing. They don't care about helping.
Of
It's
course.
like, well, hell, I already paid. I paid $200 for the ship and it doesn't work. You know, that's all they're thinking about. That's the way I look at it. And
What I was saying, they need to incentivize the PTU.
Screw the
Yeah,
PTU.
I like
PTU is a problem, man. I'm telling you, get rid of it. If
What
everybody's
you just
playing,
described was the PTU, but with fucking
exactly, with
persistence.
everybody playing in it,
But
with
they
everybody
wouldn't. Then you're
stressing.
splitting the player base. Like that doesn't make any sense.
Then
Yeah,
just
I think
get
there's
rid
a
of it in
host of
general,
problems that
because
might come
even
from
the
attempting to
PTU
merge.
is irrelevant, because nothing they do in the PTU does anything to further the game in the live environment. The live environment is still screwed up.
It
This
does.
patch
Yeah,
has been
I'll,
Have you
I'll say it
seen
been
an
feels that
out 3
early
way.
build of
weeks.
PTU?
This patch has been out 3 weeks and it's still busted.
It's not entirely busted. There are things that are wrong, yes, but you can play the game. This is not a 3.18 situation again.
I'm not saying that, but there's still enough broken in it. I mean, it doesn't matter. They're still iterating on this live environment. They're still fixing the live environment, and everybody's playing it, and they're playing it and stressing it because this is the only game in town. If this is the only game in town, this is what will get fixed, and it'll get fixed a lot faster.
I feel like what is the PTU
Is irrelevant
base
in my
of
mind.
like how many people?
I don't think you've
Like,
ever played an early PTU build because those are fucking nightmares.
All right, hold on. I wanna continue this conversation, but I also want to get our next caller in because I just don't want to keep him waiting more.
Oh,
So
yes.
we'll continue with this for a minute, but we're gonna let our next caller, our regular caller here on Open Comms Radio, Lord Anubis, join the couch here. If everyone could just scoot down, let Lord Anubis in here. Lord Anubis, welcome to Open Comms Radio. Who do you work for, and what do you think about the PTU?
I currently work for Jagotech.
What's this?
It's a real life company. Hold on, I'm trying to
Don't
turn the
dox
switch
yourself.
off. This is
Don't
confusing
dox
me.
yourself. Yeah.
Yeah,
Do I have to? You want me to beep that?
no one knows. Yeah, sure, why not?
Hold on, you need
What
a
do
clap.
they do? What do they make at that company?
Laser lighting
Well,
system.
that's fucking cool.
Yeah, I do assembly and I help with refining the manufacturing processes
Refining
and
gameplay.
soon to work on helping develop boards and software for their systems. I'm hoping.
Very
I
well.
gotta
Well, Lord
show
Anubis,
what I got.
which corp have you been working for in Star Citizen? Or
Can you
none of
repeat
them?
that? Sorry.
Which corporation you been working for?
ArtCorp.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah. Sorry about the confusion there. Just had a little bit of a weird message come on through. Apparently, someone from CIG was thinking about calling in today. I was just reading that.
From Cloud Imperium Games?
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Oh yeah, hold on. I see him. Here actually. Anubis, if you don't
When
mind,
is he gonna
if you don't
call
mind
in?
waiting. Well, if you don't mind waiting, could you give him your spot?
Okay.
Just for a minute here, yeah. So this is really cool. We got our own special guest from CIG out of Frankfurt, Jens Flores. Jens Flores, welcome to Open Comms Radio. We're happy to have you, Jens.
Hello. How are you today?
I'm doing great, Jens. Really excited to talk to you, and excited to talk to you actually about the event, the resource drive event we have going on. We have a lot of players, even on this call right now, who've been having lots of problems with the freight elevators. Can you tell us what's going on with that?
Yes. So, we have been working on these for quite some time, and incorporating them into the game has been wonderful. And we see that players are building communities around them. And so we
I'm sorry,
are confident.
players are building communities around the freight elevators.
Yes, yes.
Was this an intended feature?
It was a hope. We hoped that the players would come together, that they would see each other and want to help. There are things that we did not anticipate, but we did hope for.
Could you speak? What are some of those things that you didn't anticipate?
Well, the response for everyone to use the elevators every day, when you have such a large universe, then we would think that other people would do other missions.
That's very interesting, Jens. Why would you think? Why wouldn't you just assume that people would find the most efficient way to complete the mission? Wouldn't that make sense? Like from especially knowing your gamers, the people who play this game.
Well, we have to guide the game. We normally do not listen too much to feedback. Otherwise, it may ruin the creative process.
Mm-hmm.
If that makes sense.
Oh, it's obvious.
Jens, there's been a lot of talk lately, especially like on Reddit, about how you guys kind of you promise or you tease something, and then when it comes closer to that patch time, you usually pull away from it. The recent example is on Reddit. There's these cooperative zones that you were like, it's not a sandbox, it's not this, it's a cooperative zone. And then today, you guys pulled that back and you said, no, we're taking these out. These are sandbox missions. These kinds of features that you kind of brag about and tease and then pull away, is that a strategy of CIG's or?
Well, sometimes we see a dynamic is going so well, we may put things on hold in order to give people the opportunity to play around with what we have been able to provide.
Okay. And there's some other features like engineering, for example, which we heard about like a couple of years ago. And engineering's not yet in the game. Can you talk a little bit about what's going on with engineering?
Yes, it is important. We understand. People want to play Scotty. However, the team for engineering has been diverted. Currently, we are developing a new version of the flight model. And once that is done, we may go through several stages to see and test. Then we can hire staff to remake engineering.
Oh, so the engineering team is working on a new flight model.
Yes.
Is that, has it always been the same team working on the engineering and the flight model?
That I cannot say.
Interesting. Well, Jens Flores from CIG Frankfurt. thank you for stopping in today. Is there anything else you'd like to share with the Open Comms community? Any news from CIG?
Yes, we are to release 3 new ships. One of them is for a new style of gameplay and a new mechanic in the game.
Cool. What's can you elaborate on that a little bit?
Yes, so we have the biological loop where you have water, you have food, and logically, this is a simulation. So now we have liquid and solid waste, and we are creating a new storyline that is resource drive to restock the reactors for the regen fluid. This is the culmination of the regen crisis. And to help with that, we have ships with tanks on them, cutlass. They are cutlasses, and they are fitted with tanks to transport this waste. And players will be able to, in a similar fashion to mining, drop off at the refinery for profit and to earn rewards. And we are very excited.
I'm sorry. Are you alluding to a poop loop?
We prefer waste, solid and liquid waste.
Jens Flores, everybody from CIG Frankfurt.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jens, for stopping by.
Thank you.
Wow. That was. It's not every day we get.
Let me just get back in the seat here. Who was that?
That was Jens
ridiculous.
Flores. Sorry to keep you, Lord Anubis.
That was.
That was some
Jens
shit.
Flores. I mean,
Well, he's
I don't know.
his father's German, but his mother's Spanish.
What kind of Spanish?
No, his
Argentinian.
and they took his mother's name because they're progressive.
Okay.
I don't.
Okay.
Yeah, she's
I mean, I guess
Argentinian.
whatever.
Sounds really European.
So, I like that, Anubis. I'd like to have Jens Flores back.
We should
Back again.
We should hit him up on Discord and see if he'll come back.
Yeah.
I don't think he will.
No.
No. I have my doubts.
Damn. Well, Lord Anubis, you've been here for a short time now. But prior to you coming in, we were having a heated discussion. I kind of broke us in the middle of. We were talking about the PTU versus the PU, and how, it's the PTU versus the PU. Wicket had, which I do think is a good point, Wicket, about the PTU. Like, nobody plays it. If they're gonna be testing and fixing things in the PU anyway, and nobody's playing the PTU, why bother having one?
Those early builds and PTU will say it all, but
Yeah, but the
that's-
early builds, they last a few hours, and then they iterate on it, and then they fix. I'm just telling you, the onus will be on fixing this stuff. It'll get fixed a lot quicker. There will be that they'll have all the stress tests they want. Just throw it up against the wall, see what sticks, and then have the mechanic
look
available.
way
If they have to roll
worse.
back. I don't know how it could get much worse.
rollbacks are way worse. I remember
Why?
rollbacks. Those
Because
were awful.
then you lose all your stuff in a rollback. Like, you lose any
Yeah, but
progress
you don't.
that you
You
grinded
don't
Yeah,
roll
for.
back.
you're saying
don't
two
roll
things at
back
the
to-
same time.
Listen.
You
You
want
don't roll.
persistence, but you also want rollbacks. Like, I don't get
Absolutely.
it.
If it breaks so much that people can't play, just roll it back to a state where it was playable. Figure out
It
what was
is
wrong.
playable.
Throw
It
it
is
back out.
playable.
See if it works. And we're not talking about rollbacks of a week or 2 weeks. We're talking hours. You know.
Here's the thing.
It's
I'll push back.
playable already.
Yeah, I'll push back on you, Wicket. It's more playable now than it's ever been. Like, I've been playing all week. I know I'm kind of the exception here because I've just been mining, but I've had virtually no issues.
So
all week.
you're doing a game loop that is kind of working right now. But what about all those people that are trying to play these
So you want to
missions?
punish those
You
with the
go to
working
another
game
server.
loops by doing a full rollback.
No, I'm not
Like,
saying that. I'm
you
just
just
saying
said
that's
that
general.
though. Like, if for
Calm
hours
down,
it's not
calm
working.
down, calm down. I'm just saying that's an option. If it gets so bad, like let's say you
It
do
hasn't been.
away with PTU. Let's say you do away with PTU, and you just throw it out there. Now all of a sudden, instead of having a couple of thousand people playing a build and quote unquote stressing it, now you have tens of thousands of people, if not hundreds of thousands of people playing it and stressing it. Now you're really going to get stressed, and now it's going to reveal all the problems.
Wait,
Now,
so is the
They're gonna have
common
an even
ground here? It
worse
sounds like there's
time, though.
common ground here of like, okay, so everybody wants the PTU to get more of a stress test. And I mean, I agree the game's working. Probably a lot of these missions are working, but I mean, even just for specifically today,
well, I'm just saying the
my
argument is
partner can be like,
alive.
hey, like I can see the problem right here. It says on the freight elevator that this is, 1 million capacity, and that's why it can't be moved over. Like I can see right here on the elevator, like there's obviously a typo here that keeps it from being moved over.
Right.
My only question is like, does that really need 10,000 people to see that? Like, wouldn't that be a PTU bug? Like, I'm a little sus on like some of these problems. Are like, well, all these problems needed, tens of thousands more people. And it's
Or they
like
just
some of
needed
them I'm
more
like, I don't
time.
know. That just seems like it could have needed a little more time than PTU, or the
Yeah.
PTU needs to be more. It needs to be more something. Seems like we all agree on that, right? That would help the PU.
I
I don't
think-
think it's even getting thousands of people in the PTU. I don't think it gets enough people at all.
The thing
Well,
is
In the slightest.
that's kind of the general argument all the time. We have this PTU, but nobody's participating. So
Yes,
when
so
nobody
incentivize it.
So nobody
Okay, so-
participates. No, but hear me out. If nobody's participating, it's not fulfilling its function. All right.
Fair.
And
Sure.
if it's not fulfilling its function, just do away with it. Then
No.
then everybody will participate in testing the game.
It doesn't seem
Again,
You
necessary.
will all
we're in
get to suffer
alpha.
then.
It's
Congrats.
That seems bulldozing the
Make
house, and
everybody
that
suffer.
we have a
I
more
think
stable PU.
Hold on. One at a
because-
time. One at a time.
Make
Drake,
everybody suffer.
Tav, go for it.
Break it for everyone,
Wicket,
and
hold
then
on.
fix it for everyone.
Wicket,
I
let
just
Tav
think we
speak.
have great stability now, outside of like a lot of that's thanks to the PTU. Like we owe a lot to the PTU, at least hammering out some of the obvious before it gets to the live build.
Yeah,
I
a lot of the
think
early builds
so.
are for that.
If that's working, I'd say double down on the PTU and make it. Yeah, let's incentivize it. I just don't know what's an appropriate incentivization, to get people in there.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
think
want-
that's the argument is how do you incentivize it, but not destroy the whole thing so then we just send it to live because who needs a dev server? Am I right, folks?
Yeah, I remember those. Days. I remember the days before PTU, and those patches were. Well, I mean, it was we all remember like those patches were unplayable every patch.
Yeah.
Well, they put out patches and then they wiped stuff and everybody started over and then that sucked. The persistence wasn't there. There was no way to test persistence. I argue persistence still isn't here because every major patch cycle we're still missing shit. Some people get lucky and they miss less stuff than others. There seems to be no rhyme or reason. There's like some broken function that is not carrying over the persistent inventories the way it should, and that hasn't worked now for over a year.
Yeah,
No.
I mean, and these are problems that need to be fixed. But you got to understand, they haven't had enough time. And once they finish the flight model, they can get back to the game. They can get back to like the other things, but they got to take care of the flight model. It
It's
needs
true.
to be perfected.
Yeah.
It's the most important thing in the game. Dynamics, economy, the
I'm the guest
ability
for
to
the
have
fun.
Second tier.
Keeping anything in your inventory or keeping even your ships is secondary to the experience of flying through space. And unfortunately, it's just not something that they,
And Anubis,
They
you
just
said
can't.
something. you said something hilarious the other day. You said if this were a submarine video game, the flight model would be perfect
It is.
because that's
Literally-
exactly what it's like. It's like flying a submarine. You slow down. It's like as though you're flying through water. Like why am I boosting and then slowing down to some arbitrary speed after I boost if I'm in fucking space? Even in Atmo, it's like it just doesn't feel right. It feels like you're underwater. Yeah.
Just fly decoupled everywhere.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean I mean decoupled's fine, but decoupled still doesn't feel right. Not for space. I mean, the
Well,
very
even
fact
if
that
you
you
boost and
cap out
decoupled,
on speed.
yeah, and if you boost and decoupled, you still slow down after your boost is over. So it
Yeah.
doesn't like there can be a max speed obviously for your boost. Like I understand that, but like to have it just slow down, like I should just keep staying at that boosted speed if I'm in space.
Yes, and we can talk about that, and we can critique it and everything else like that. But honestly, I think it works, and that's why the whole flight model development bullcrap, which that's a lot of physics. It's a lot of physics to physicalize raindrops or whatever, or air and ailerons and all these other things. I mean, it's a lot if you're writing it into an engine that doesn't already have it. And frankly, it's not important. The dynamics of the game, the thing that keeps people in the game, they're already enjoying it. They're already enjoying flying. You know what? Master modes
Moderately.
is flawed as it is, works. I mean, it's fine for a space game. It doesn't need to be extremely realistic, but it does need to be
I disagree that it's
multiplayer.
fine, but yeah.
I mean,
We laugh. I do think they need to redo the flight model. I think it's ridiculous the way it is now, but
they want to go full on physics and all this other stuff, and they, how turbulence will affect it, and that is fine. But that is fine when you already have the structure of an MMO
yeah.
that's supposed to build community and keep people coming back and give them a reason to come back every day outside of community events. Well, that's what they need to do first, because the flight model for right now, it's fine. It's adequate. Is it great? Is it the best? No. But they don't need that right now. They need to build the game and then refine. They just don't have that. They're trying to work on technology and technology and technology, when right now what's critical is getting more people in the game and excited to purchase more ships, because that's how they fund themselves.
Mm.
Yeah,
no, that's a fair point. I would also say that I think the flight model isn't like the only thing. I don't think that's I don't think that's taking away the resources. I think what's actually taking away the resources is Squadron, and they're still working on Squadron, and they're not working on Star Citizen. And I think
that's
that's
the
just the truth.
I mean, they're going back and they're having to redo an entire game because it's now too old and needs all of its graphics redone, needs all of its sound redone, and they said, "Oh, that should free up resources for PT or PU," but
Right. But it's like that's what first of all, that's what we paid for. I mean, I don't know about y'all, but that's what I paid for, is to work on the live MMO game.
Yeah.
That is actually an interesting question, because different people backed for different reasons at different
Right.
times.
Yeah. Yeah. If you backed for the single player game, you're probably great. If you backed for the MMO like I did, I'm like, well, I don't like it does look cool, Mark Hamill and whatever. Looks great, but
wasn't the MMO the original thing, and then the
Squadron was the original.
Was Squadron the original?
I believe so, yeah, from the Kickstarter backer. But then it just kind of started growing, like, oh yeah, we'll have a multiplayer function.
Chris Roberts kept running his mouth.
Yeah, they just kept growing. I mean, and on the one hand, thanks, because like what we have today is all things said, it's very impressive.
I mean, yes, all things said, let me put it this way. Okay, we got Star Citizen. As for much critiques that I have of SIG and everything else like that, yes, I'm playing every single day. But to not critique it when there's obvious flaws is intellectually dishonest. So, anyways, but to give the appreciation for it at the same time, I've found community. Hell, I went to LA. Well, I'm sorry, I live in LA, but I went to SitCon here in LA. I met org mates. I talked to YouTubers, and and there's a lot that is surrounding this game, and there's a reason for that, is because they have built something that is worth sticking around for, that is worth investing in, and I do believe that. But I mean, okay, it's been 12 years. The single player game is a great thing, but what keeps you going is the MMO, and they need
we
to
don't even
develop that.
we don't even know if the single player game is a great thing.
That's
No,
fair,
I mean
yeah.
it's great, but again, what
We
pays the
don't know
bills?
that. It might be a total disaster.
Well, to be
It
fair,
may
most of
be.
what we've seen of the single player game was a movie.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it wasn't even gameplay. It was some turret gameplay and a little bit of like walking around. Like that. Most of what we saw when they showed it was it was an hour or an hour and a half. It was a long beginning intro. And it was
I like
mostly
that,
just a
though.
movie.
That's what I want from the Chris Roberts game, though, especially from the Crisis engine. Kind of what I want. I know
I
everybody
mean,
else.
by now, this is
That's
not the
kinda what
Crisis
I want.
engine. I mean,
Nah,
you
this
can
is
have
still,
legacy code, but still.
I mean, everything about it still behaves that way. The jitter that you get from every time you used to drop the dang, that's CryEngine stuff. Like, so
That
much
is true.
of it.
I will say on Vulcan, you almost can't tell, but like the lighting is just a little bit more alive, and I'm excited to see what they do, but I need to have community. I need to know who's standing in front of me 5 feet away on the station. I should have a way to do that and be able to talk to them, and maybe have local chat, and maybe able to recruit people, maybe have org chat, maybe have these other things, the basic necessities that keep people coming back every single day, so you can have those community events, and then everybody meeting up and, hey, we're gonna go knock this out today. Cool, boom. Because not everybody wants to join Discord.
Well,
We're a
good news, Lord
Discord-based
Anubis. Good news is 3 years ago they said they were putting that in.
Well, we should talk to Jens and see when that might come back in, or Jens. Sorry.
What's
See what
okay?
happens.
You're not German.
I don't think we
You know how
fully
to play.
established his department.
He's from Europe, just
He's
from
from
what I
Europe.
understand. Just
Yeah, all right.
somewhere in Europe.
Uh-huh.
He works in development.
You know,
Uh-huh.
it's really cool because the other night, Anubis and I got very drunk. Well, I got very, I don't
Yes.
know, and Jens
I was very high.
Jens was killing it.
Mm.
Yeah, I
we
was
had
not
a
as
we had a
funny
good
right now.
hour and a half. We had a good hour and a half of Jens. Yeah, maybe you were funnier because we were just more
Well, he is
jovial,
German, so or
more
Spanish.
more
I'm not
jovial.
sure. I'm not entirely sure.
I don't know what his accent was. It just sounded like Europe. Like
Uh-huh.
if he took a bus around Europe really fast.
I thought you were doing. What's the guy who does the flight model from Germany? What's his name?
I have no idea, but
He's got like
most of
the pseudo mohawk thing. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. No, I mean, it is just really funny, the amount of laid back, super subdued, just calm and reverent devs they have. Like, it's just like, from what I hear, it's. I was looking them up last night because I was trying to figure out what happens when you have like $1 billion and you've been running a project all this time, and they got like what 1,300, or I think they had to lay some people off. I mean, every company has.
Over 1,000 employees.
Yeah, I mean 1,000 employees, and I was looking it up, and they actually, like, most people love working there. So I got to commend
What
that.
I've gathered.
Yeah,
Considering
but
how
yeah,
many
they got a
people
lot of
have
laid
been
back
leaving,
people.
I wouldn't think that. So let's talk about some of these laid back people. You saw the latest SCL with the new audio guy. Did anyone see
I
that?
have not,
I did.
because
Oh, he's just a couple of weeks away from being broken.
yes.
Honestly,
That guy
audio
is
is fine.
way too hopeful.
I had the same thought. I was like, this guy doesn't know what he fucking got into. Yeah, dude. 100. He's like, oh, well, I'm here now, so you'll be getting these real quick. And I was like, bro, no chance. No
I'm like,
chance.
does he even know where he's working?
Yeah.
Do you
No,
think when he's looking he's looking for the old files, he's like, we gotta find them right now.
I
They
don't
just
know.
rolled there at some point.
MP3s just don't disappear.
See, I mean, he seems qualified and everything, and he seems really cool and really nice. I'm just
He's very optimistic, and he seems like he has a plan. It's just like, I hope they give him the runway to implement what he wants to do.
yeah. And I mean, I don't mean it like this in a derogatory sense, but like it's just audio, and I love it like when it's good and stuff. But like in terms of actual like development and when it takes to put like I've put audio into projects similar to this before, like it's not hard to implement necessarily. Now I know they're doing a lot of other things with like spatial audio, and like they're trying to like add weight to it and everything. So my point is like I believe that it could come in very quickly, like in terms of, I say just audio, just meaning that like you could do that relatively quickly compared to everything else in the game. But man, I heard his confidence, and I felt like he's doesn't know what the fuck he's getting into, dude.
Well,
Chris Rob, he's gonna have it done, and then Chris Rob's just gonna be like, yeah, but can we do something totally different?
well, I mean, on one hand, for his sake, right on, because who knows what happens when 1.0 comes out and the game is officially released, and do you have a job? Because this is a very AI economy. So in development, it's a little harder to do with AI, although AI is definitely aiding it, because if you're not using it, you're behind. But the more Chris changes things, the more he has a job.
There seems to be no reason to change course. I just think Squadron is going to be ancillary to how they make a lot of money. I think it's just going to be, we're going to get more of a PU. If Squadron does well, I think it helps everything. If it doesn't do well, I think you still have the PU.
I'd love to see Squadron on Xbox and eventually the PU.
I could see Squadron making it, but I don't see the PU making it to any consoles.
Well, I don't know. I mean, their server meshing is working well. I mean, honestly, it is. It's one of the best things to happen to Star Citizen in a long time. I mean, we have server errors, and it comes right back, and it works. So we got to
The
credit them.
recovery is nice too, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Their inventory, what the hell? But, still, there's potential there, and if they play it right, this is a game that will overshadow GTA.
Yeah.
They've got a lot of work to do then.
They
Gosh,
do.
I'm just remembering, I'm thinking of V1. I was like, oh yeah, inventory V1 from like, yeah, I remember that. And now I'm thinking of, oh, the armor. Everybody keeps their armor when they die. I think it's going to be so long before we see V2. There's probably going to be a backlash from them if we're, restoring the fact that you lose your armor when you get killed. I just wouldn't
And people
people
aren't
be
gonna
like, what
get-
the hell all of a sudden? Like,
I mean, if you can print a person, you can print armor.
And dodge a wrench.
Yep.
no.
I mean, it makes sense to me that they
So
can
what
do
you
that. I
what
mean,
you're saying is they probably never go back then, and we're just on this train of like, if you die with your armor, you keep it.
look, sometimes you have to sacrifice some simulation aspects to make it into an MMO where people can enjoy themselves, because that is, if it was okay, there's Rust and there's everything else like that, and that's fine, but a lot of people just kind of play individually because they're playing against the environment. but you have things like Star Citizen, and it's supposed to be social. It's supposed to be everybody seeing a living universe.
Yeah, but there's just not a
Yeah,
lot.
but
of
in a living universe, there's going to
keep
be
here.
some bad guys. There's going to be some chaos, and there's got to be some weight to your decisions. There should be
Yeah.
some consequences. If you make a left when you should have made a right, if you zagged when you should have zigged, there should be consequences. And if there's never
Exactly.
any consequences, if there's always a respawn, and there's no way of losing anything. I mean, it loses its luster. So any achievement
how
you
I play
make,
the game.
it loses the weight. Like, okay, I defeated those enemies. Okay, well, big deal. They're just gonna respawn with all their shit.
I mean,
And-
well, how many times do you all backspace to quickly get where you need to get to? Like, I do it so much more now, obviously, keeping the armor,
I mean,
Yeah.
I mean,
That's
yeah,
just,
but I
you know,
mean,
the Backspace Express.
the fact
Yeah.
that
Fast
you
travel.
can print a person with a digital ghost or whatever happens, I'm pretty sure it's like probably the same as altered carbon or whatever. But the fact that you can do that and like print an actual human being, they wake up and they're good to go, right? Okay, cool. That's actually the most futuristic thing in the entire game. But anyways, the fact that you can do that, it makes sense. I mean, it's absurd. It's absurd. Honestly, it's absurd. It's a
like printing
mechanic
you with your armor on.
disguised
like-
as technology.
The equipment's copyrighted. You can't print that.
Well, you know what? If you own the digital license to it, like iTunes, you can play that song anytime you like. You can have your armor anytime you like. It'll reprint with you.
Yeah, but
You
I mean,
can claim it.
humans. There's every the
Armor
genetic
insurance,
makeup of
only from
humans is
Allstate.
all similar. Like,
I think they should
there's only
charge
a
for
set
it.
amount of organic components. Whereas armor, what if you have like a crazy armor from like the moons of Crazy Town? Like, not
Well,
every
so
med bed's gonna have that. Whereas every med bed having like the basic materials for human organic creation, like that seems a little vaguely more plausible.
I mean,
I
en
think
realize
masse,
that.
mechanically
and
they're separate. Like they're separate machines.
I don't
Flesh
know.
printing, armor printing, different things.
I mean, does it really necessarily have to be? I mean, if it's putting together molecules and proteins, assemble, like literally printing out proteins, DNA, everything else like that from a digital file. I mean, if you're really going to go into the tech of it, it's like, okay, if they can do it that fast, like just instantly, it's already
wait.
absurd. It changes everything. Death doesn't matter. Everybody is just a
Hold on,
file.
I thought tier
No
one
one
was
is anything
temporary.
else.
Isn't tier one temporary? Is that that was the
Tier
double
1 is
gold
temporary.
as it was sold?
Yeah.
Yeah, so basically everybody's fighting over copyrights.
So eventually there will be, and that's I guess what I'm talking about. Like there will be this. Hey, we're going to tier 2 of this, which is you lose your armor, right?
You
Isn't
have
that the
to
idea?
insure your armor.
Yeah.
Insure your armor. So there is the idea to replicate the armor. Okay.
Yes,
And,
but it's not like in the bed with you.
Okay.
the Elite Dangerous insurance system is probably the best one that they could implement. And I'm hoping that they move more towards that way, because there needs to be penalties. I mean, dying shouldn't be. I don't really care about calling up my ship, fast. It doesn't. It's nothing. I've got like millions and millions and billions of fake money. I mean, like, it doesn't matter. But if it started costing me a lot to die, I'd think twice and be, kind of, I think twice about running into combat.
Right. It goes back to what Wicket was saying with consequence. There should definitely be having your armor being one of the most valuable things I think you have in the game. It's your cosmetics. It's something you cherish. I think.
Well, don't worry about the cosmetics. Once they start selling armor skins, that'll be handled. It won't matter
before we
what your
open that
armor is.
Can of worms. I just think
But
it's one of the things that people as a player, they actually like really care about losing. or
Yeah.
potentially could care a lot about losing. And we kind of
So if you
recently
don't
have done
have the
away with
money,
that. So
if you don't have the money, you lose it. You got to keep that thing going. You can keep it in your storage, fine, it'll stay there forever. But if you wear it because you want to show it off, which people are doing now, and we could see, I mean, I love it. Not everybody's
Yeah.
running around in
wear
white
your
suits.
best thing.
It's cool,
Why not?
you know. And they got great designers. Honestly, amazing shit. Kudos. But make it cost you money to keep it because it creates scarcity. I mean, it's a
And that's
good
what
game
Hobo's
mechanic
talking
to
about with
have.
the insurance, right? Like, so
Yeah.
that's okay.
Mhm.
That
Make
seems
it
that's-
significant.
Yeah, make it to where you don't want to be. Yeah, okay. And that way, you're right, because it would suck to have something you finally found as an armor piece that you really liked, or you discovered it out in some treasure hunting thing, and then through some bug or or whatever, you wind up losing it, and it would be absolutely amazing to have that insured and some ability to replace that.
It's a money sink. We need more money sinks.
Yeah,
The
I mean the
bug
currency's
bug
inflated. Why not? So
It
the only
needs to
reason
feel
they should
valuable.
keep the only reason they should keep like not let tier 1 or tier 0, whatever they're calling it right now, is because the game is still so in such an alpha state and such a buggy mess, and there's you could lose your whole character for some stupid glitch in the matrix. But in the future, that should go away when the game is polished, um, and you lose. You have. I mean, without loss, the game will become meaningless.
Yep.
If you cannot, if I can't shoot you and take your shit, then your shit has no value.
Yep,
yeah,
100%.
And I don't think we
Yep.
should. We don't necessarily need that right now because of the state of the game, and this whole talk about the argument about how the replication works of armor or this or that. That's irrelevant. We don't care about that technology stuff. We just need the gameplay of it. The game we want. I mean, for me, I care about the gameplay aspect of it. What makes sense as a game. At the end of the day, we're in a game. If we're going to start simulating raindrops bouncing off of my aileron on my starship in Atmo, what the fuck are we even talking about anymore? It's no longer a game. All right, we got to dial it down a little bit somewhere. I mean, it
Right.
makes no sense.
I mean, have you ever
Yeah.
gotten like carried away? Like you're working on something and you get carried away with some detail or whatever, and then eventually you just like scrap that thing. Like
Yeah.
I've done that, and that happens all the time because you're being creative and you're figuring out, and that's like part of the process. But then you don't do that for 12 years.
Yeah. You need to get the basics in, like we get, I think we're both saying the same thing here. You got to get the game in the game, because you can always chase perfect. You could chase perfect for another 40 years,
Yeah.
but you're not going to get to it. Build the game first. Allow people to enjoy their lives.
Sit
Build
on
a
the
life.
toilets.
Sit on their toilets, poop, and then allow that to be generated into new people, as the dev who was just in here was so excited to tell everybody about.
Jens Flores. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. You got to have a life in the game, otherwise you're riding on a community that will wear thin.
I think we're like, I don't want to say we're getting close to that, but there is this kind of like edge where like all this new content is like really cool and we like it, but there's number one, it's not working for everybody, as we've heard today. And then number two, it's like, well, this isn't sustainable. Like, we're gonna have an event this month and next month and next month. Like, that's not sustainable. You still don't have the core gameplay, grind, whatever it is in there.
Call
I
me
think
crazy,
you're
but I
absolutely
think
touching on it. That's what I mean. Gosh, what really steams my clams the most is just the fact that
Steams my clams?
we're
Team fans?
I've never heard that before.
But we
Ah,
have
clams are
all these
steamed.
missions. Like there was so many missions I was thinking about. Like I'm sitting there and I'm based out of Orison this patch cycle, and I'm like, where are those platform missions? Like I kept looking
Right.
for them
Yes.
in the dang, and it's just
I
like
have never done one of those.
they were so freaking cool.
I've heard.
Like you could
I've never done one.
there was so
Talk
many
about
other
the Orson
missions.
mission?
There's like a list
Yeah.
of missions that goes on. I saw a great post on this that was like, what happened to all this great content that was there? It made these locations special. There was tons to do. Like if you were in
Well-
the gravity well of whether it be Orison or these different planets there, I feel like there was more to do. And so it feels like we've lost some content.
You know what's going to
This is
happen?
4.0, or
They're gonna have to
certainly
redo
along
it.
the way. We've lost a ton.
Yeah. We've lost a shit ton of content.
It was sharding, I think that hit it.
Right. All that older stuff is useless. They're going to have to just remake it
It's-
if they want to make it again. And hopefully they have some of like the logic and stuff that translates for them. But the other part of this is the talent. So Citizen Gun 2 or 3 years ago, there's a lot of people that you don't see anymore. And I don't know if they work at the company still or what. Like the UI team. That old UI team, remember? And then you had that UI where like you went to the fucking the loot, the item box, and you had to like push 3 to 4 different buttons to just get your item, right? And everyone's like, this stinks, and they shut it down. Ever since then, I don't know if that is UI team still works at CIG or if they got a totally different UI team since then. It sounds like that didn't work, and then we haven't heard from them since. But we did hear from someone else from the UI team that I'd never seen before. So are they in this like cycle of like, okay, we're going to hire these people, they're going to work on this thing for 1, 2, 3 years, it's not received well, oh, we're going to can them, or maybe they quit or whatever, and then you've lost all the knowledge,
Yeah,
the
maybe.
talent
I mean,
from that,
gosh,
and then
I
you're
guess
starting
it
from
is.
square one again.
Is it reopening some of these missions? We weren't around for when those missions were built.
Right.
Opening those is like can of worms. Far more trouble than just to build new missions. But that's such a shame. I mean, I would love a month where it's because we know the people making all these events. We see them on, Inside Star Citizen every single time. Like it'd be great if they 1 month they were like, hey, those 3 missions that we had, those legacy missions or the missions that were pre 4.0,
Mm-hmm.
they say, hey, we brought them back. That because they were great.
Yeah.
They were fantastic. Like there's just so many of them now that I'm thinking about, like Caterpillar missions.
Yeah.
I think the only one that's still there is that
Xenothreat's
dang
back.
890 mission. Like that's the only one that's.
Distribution center missions.
And
Anything
if-
with the distribution
How do-
centers.
Well, it'd be cool because they could take Siege of Orison and just basically put that anywhere. It doesn't have to be at Orison. They could put
Wait.
that at a distribution center on friggin' Microtech. They could do
It's
Siege
so-
of Microtech distribution centers, and it's basically the same thing. You go in there, you shoot a bunch of baddies, you get to there were like 3 bosses or whatever, and they just make it instanced or whatever.
I'm waving because they had something like that was designed for Fight for Pyro or something in the early PTU build. They had an amazing mission that was you had to essentially retake a distribution center, but you had to shut down the anti-air system and everything. Like they had
That
that
sounds cool.
for that event, and then it just vanished. Like they said, oh, we're going to bring it back for a later segment of Fight for Pyro or whatever, and it's just like, well, where'd it go?
And then
Gosh,
this makes you think about all the time they're wasting and money they're wasting. Like if there's, I understand you're developing and you do throw things away and like any creative endeavor that there's things like that. But again, like you're 12 years into this now, you have to have some kind of like.
Gosh,
Yeah.
and I'm not even sure I buy the sharding just because we had that 890 mission post 4.0. And we've had that for going on almost, I want to say, every single patch.
That one took a while to
Just-
come back, though.
I mean,
It took a
you're
few
right.
patches before they brought that one back, which
Is that the kind of
truthfully,
legwork it takes to restore some of these missions? I feel like there's one poor sap at CIG tasked with restoring
Jens. That's what he
lots
does.
of our content.
that's
Like,
his department.
That's Jens. He has to
That's
go and
Jens.
take all the old shit and bring it up. Yeah, dude. He went there and they gave him a Game Boy Advanced. They're like, this is
Well-
what we started development on. Can you translate these missions?
I'll tell you, he'd be the best employee there because I want to see Levski and they need to start bringing these things in. And I'm sorry, but like there is no foundation to the game. I can fly around, but I mean, I've seen kind of most of the things. I want it to mean something. I want to build my home. I want to build my base. I want to build this. And
there'd be so much to do.
Squadron
They
42
content a little
Squadron
bit if they found
42's
some sort of way to update this mission cycle system. Like,
Yeah, but what is Squadron 42 going to be for me? It's going to be for an experience I'm going to have for a week. I'm going to get through it. And what am I going to do then? I'm going to go right back to the PU and play it for the next 5 years.
Yeah.
They need to just delay Squadron 42.
Anubis, you
put
nailed
everybody
it. Dude.
on.
Yep. Yeah, that's what it is, dude. 42. Hopefully more than a week. Hopefully you get 100 hours out of it or whatever. But yeah, dude. Once that's done, it's done.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of people. I think people that may have bought for Squadron 42 or want that kind of cinema, Chris Roberts, Wing Commander experience. I would say they're in the crazy minority compared to everybody else who bought for the PU. And
I think a lot of, and I don't use this term lightly, normies, were thinking Squadron 42 though. Like that's what they're waiting on.
And it's great for Xbox. But what pays the bills?
Yeah, I mean, if it pays the bills, put it on. It's very annoying going back to
bills is them selling a $230 ship and them having droves of people buy that ship.
That's because the PU is the only thing that pays the bills. I mean,
Well,
Squadron 42 is interesting,
then, isn't it? Like,
The only
who
thing
knows?
that pays the bills is ship sales.
Look, to the normies outside of the Star Citizen whole ecosphere, no one knows what Squadron 42 is. They've never heard of it.
right.
yeah, but
No,
that's
that's
what
not
I'm saying.
true.
We're all funding,
Normies-
but
that's
that's
true.
we're all
hearing about
funding a game for
normies hear
normies.
about Squadron 42 before they hear about PU.
The
They just
when
hear-
I
they
hear
released
people
that
say
trailer
Star
a
Citizen.
couple of years ago, and people know what Squadron 42 is. People know what Star Citizen is. Most people outside of the community of Star Citizen and the people that actively play it think it's a joke and a ripoff and a scam. That's what most people think.
That opinion is starting to change over time because it has been more playable. I
Yeah,
mean, a cargo elevator thing is kind of inexcusable. It shouldn't have happened.
Yeah, 100%.
But Star
100%.
Citizen is the game that people know, and they know that when you go to describe it, when I sell someone on it, I don't sell them on Squadron 42. Oh, dude, you're going to be able to see Gillian Anderson. It's going to be really cool. And then like Mark Hamill, and then you're going to go on a space adventure. Okay,
Henry
cool.
Cavill.
But if I tell them about my experiences of like trying to get Corundum over to Pyro and then getting, pulled out of warp, and then like my ship's disabled and I have a gun and I start roaming around my ship trying to fight them off, and they capture me and they take me. And I'm like, that's cool.
Yeah.
Because it's real people. That's the game. I mean,
I
then-
agree. I would just add that like when I'm funding the game, I'm funding it not for the normies. Like I'm funding it because Chris Roberts kind of made out there with the promise, like, hey, you space nerd, I'm gonna make a game for you. Like, and even things of like, well, we got to make console, got to go to radial menu to get this ready for the consoles. And I was like, gosh, I remember the Kickstarter when it was like the very first words on that trailer at the Kickstarter were like, my death has been like over exaggerated, and it was talking about the death of PC gaming. Like, so I feel like so many people backed this project were nerds. and like, or not nerds, but like, we just saw sci-fi people, and we backed this project not for, oh, something that they can market like a single player campaign. Like the PU is where he sold it. Like that's where he really made the vision come alive. And like now it just feels like, ugh. I feel like if you polled all the people that bought ships and you asked them and you said, hey, right now, where would you want the directions of development? How would you split the pie chart? You're going to see the PU overwhelmingly. And that's with the promise of like, I'm looking forward to it too, the game. But I just think we all backed for a PU. Or at least
Yeah,
when I
there's-
say we all, maybe I'm just speaking for like, I don't know. I thought a lot of us, I don't know. There's probably other people that did do it for a campaign. I just do think they're in the minority. Most people I would talk to would say it's for the PU.
There's hundreds of thousands or millions, I don't know what the actual population is, playing Star Citizen every day. No one's playing Squadron 42. I mean,
Yeah.
Yet, I guess. But no, I agree. I back for PU. That's why I'm here. I just feel like the star power, the sexy Hollywood blockbuster appeal is where Squadron 42 comes in, and that can help mainstream and legitimize the game.
Well,
more
not just the
broadly
game,
speaking.
the company.
Yeah, the company, the game.
Yeah.
It can,
If-
but I can
that's what
only
you gotta think
surmise
about.
that there's a lot of efforts there, where they've releasing a mission. If you're gonna do this, if they're gonna do this thing where they release the missions, like there's gotta be some PU test of like elevators working, not having a single SCU box to have entry to have access to the 6 missions or whatever. You can't even do that because the SCU boxes weigh or have like 1 million SCU capacity. So it's just little things like that where it's like, I back to make this remotely just something that I want to enjoy with a friend. So I empathize with a lot of the frustration out there. That is new event.
Yeah.
Ugh, how long do we wait before new event is on the up and up? You know, like
let's pause Squadron 42, pause the new flight model, pause, ray tracing. Or I don't know how big these departments
can't.
are for each one.
They can't. They can't
No,
do this.
they
They
can't.
can't. No. They cannot
No.
pause Squadron right now.
No,
I think
that doesn't make
full
sense.
steam ahead.
at this
They're
point,
in too
they've
deep.
gotta-
That ship
you
has
know,
sailed.
It's sunken
Yeah.
cost. Like
No.
Kick
it's
that out
Yeah.
the door.
They
The
gotta
other-
finish it.
Pause them.
One thing
Pause
one
them.
thing you guys need to also consider is Squadron 42 could be a massive blockbuster of a game. Okay?
Yes, if it goes on
Or-
console.
Well,
Or
forget
Doesn't-
about just as a game, whether it would,
Yeah.
irregardless of what platform it's on. Obviously, first and foremost, it's going to be a PC game. Do they want it on console? Absolutely, because if they can get it on console, they get it in more people's hands.
You get a lot more.
The point being is that it could become a massive blockbuster and right a lot of wrongs and change a lot of opinions of CIG, Chris Roberts, and the whole effort so far. There's a lot to be said. I've played a lot of games that have like quote unquote cinematic quests in them and stuff. And let me tell you something. I'm an old grumpy old man that I've had more feels in some of these so-called, single player cinematic quests. The feels that you get in some of these games are incredible. It's like you're inside the book, inside the movie. You're maybe not the main character, or maybe you are. It depends on the game and the genre and so forth. But at the end of the day, you feel like you're part of it. You feel like you're in it, and the feels come with that. And if that's the goal they're trying to get to with Star Citizen Squadron 42, if they can achieve that and they can make you have those feels, it's gonna knock it out of the park. And people they're gonna want to continue the adventure. And where's that gonna happen? In the PU.
And, I do agree with that, but to a point. I think that, yeah, those feels might be nice. And they
For
are. They are.
everything. They're
They are.
everything when it comes to entertainment.
We currently already, at a time where people need to find community, we currently already, I know we've all experienced the feels of, man, I've had a shitty day at work. I'm gonna go talk to my friends. We're gonna go fly around a space. We're gonna go do something. We're gonna go do something dumb. We're gonna complain about the elevators. We're gonna go do all this. Those feels right there are way more valuable, and I think they need to expand upon that. Again, I think they need to just kind of pause things for a little while, build the mechanics of the game to actually build more communities and build those feels, and then get people excited for Squadron 42 and charge them another 45, which is a bargain, by the way. You know, um,
I think you got it
they can
backwards.
boost sales.
Yeah, they
Listen,
won't be
look,
selling it for
I think you got it
45, and they will
backwards a
do it
little
the other
bit.
way around.
The-
I
the-
think so.
The thing is that most people are very insular. Most people are very, especially since the beginning of the internet era, where people are constantly online. If you look around in any waiting room, anywhere where there's people gathered, they're not interacting with each other. They're head down in their phone or their laptop or their ebook reader or whatever. Nobody's talking to each other. People
I
finding a
disagree
community,
so strong with that.
finding a community, finding like-minded individuals, that takes effort, that takes time. But when you're trying to get home from work and you want to unwind and you don't want to deal with even more people, you just want to put your head down into a game and experience the game, and it's something that can make you feel a little bit. People love that.
Yeah, for 2 weeks,
It
and then
doesn't
it's done.
matter. Most movies last for 2 hours. If
I'm
you can get
sorry,
2 weeks out of it,
it's
that's
been 2
awesome.
years of community and friends for me, going through the ups and the downs. The people that I've talked to, that we can help support each other, that we can talk to about things,
Well, there's nothing
that
wrong
we
with
can
that.
connect over. That honestly is much greater of a value of anything. Trust me. You know, when people go out nowadays, I disagree with you because I run a social club. Okay, it's a Star Trek based social club. We meet
Yeah,
all the
but people,
time.
there
We
are
have
people.
sewing days. We go to conventions. We're going to
Nerd
Vegas soon.
alert.
Oh yeah, no, completely. But we're not on our phones the whole time. We're all talking. We're all hanging out at the bars. We're going into the con. We're dressing up. We are finding community, and that's more popular nowadays than it has ever been, because people find that community. And no, I mean, they're taking pictures with their phones. They're sending messages going, "Hey, you gonna be over at Hall A? Okay, yeah, I'm gonna be over there." I mean,
Yeah, but
there's a lot.
those people are gathering for the direct purpose of being together. The example I'm using is just people out and about. Used to, back in my day before the internet, when you were out and about, you talked to each other, you met people. That's how you met people.
I mean, I do.
Strangers.
I still do. We still. I mean, I go
There's
to
a lot of that
bars. I go
happening
to
in the
all
game
sorts
with
of different
people now.
places and talk to people. Why would you go to just be on your phone?
But what
I
does
mean,
this
Well,
have to
I
do
don't. I don't
with Star
know.
Citizen?
Maybe this is it. Maybe
Yeah,
this is. Maybe
I'm trying
this
to
is
bring it.
just
I'm
a
trying to
Bring it
regional
back. Bring
thing.
it back.
But people do still connect every day,
Well,
and this is one of those conduits that, instead of 2 weeks of, hey, that was a good fun story, now you've had 2 years, 5 years, 6 years of people who, you're going through some shit, or you had something to celebrate, and they were there with you,
There
and
is
it
there is
feels
something to
better.
be said to that. I agree because we have people come in to this area. I've met mostly everyone here in person. Wicket, you're the only one I haven't met. Maybe Wicket, maybe
never will.
you're the problem. Did you ever think
Never
about that,
will.
Wicket?
I'm not a problem. I'm
No,
very
maybe
social.
it's you.
Hmm.
You
I'm
should
very
you should
social.
you should come up here in October.
No, no way, man.
Join
Vicehead.
we're all gonna be here. Anubis won't, but we're all gonna be here.
Not
Yeah,
a
bro.
chance.
Why not?
Have no desire.
To see your friends?
I mean, I can interact with you guys anytime I want. I just don't have any
Wicket's
desire.
embarrassed. He's embarrassed because he doesn't have legs. And I've been telling him, Wicket, no one cares that you're legless. That's cool. That's fine.
I can make you some. Did you want? You want me to make you some electric legs?
I knew a guy
I
who had no legs and walked on his hands, and he was fucking jacked, dude. He could climb up anything. Because and I realized this. I knew when I was in like high school, middle school, high school, and your legs really, really weigh you down a lot. Without legs, he was like flipping and flinging over things, and this is neither here nor there. But
I was gonna say you both are correct from different avenues, but now we're gonna get angry letters from
from the legless
No.
community,
from the paraplegic community.
No.
the
Look,
thing about people without legs
look,
is they have fantastic handwriting.
You know what they call? You know
Look.
what they call people without legs and arms?
No, wait,
Oh,
stop.
no.
We don't want letters.
Jesus.
Anyway,
Where are they going to send them? They're not going to send them anywhere. Put it in the comments. Ricket, what do they call people without legs and arms?
oh no.
Bob.
What?
Bob.
Bob? Oh, Bob. Okay. All right. I'll let it.
No, I mean honestly, so here's the thing. People who do have who have had amputations or paraplegics and things like that.
I'm
Oh,
not
it's
laughing at people
honestly
who-
awesome. I mean, like that people with today's technology and everything else like that, and the progress that we've made, which we still need to make a lot more. We still need to make a hell
The
of a
thing
lot
is,
more.
though, I'll just say, I did not want him to make me a sandwich after walking around on those palms all day.
That's fair.
God, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, hand washing. They can still hand wash.
But we could bring it back to Star Citizen because we're supposed to be getting
Yeah, let's
loss
do
of
that, 'cause
limbs.
I wanted to talk about like how VoIP or the VoIP, whatever, it's working. I think more common
Does it work? I thought they couldn't make it
with
work
somebody.
because of the
Like
server mesh.
that's a really cool part of the game now that I think I have. Like I have a lot of problems with obviously the events and stuff not
Does it
working. But
work?
the fact that the VoIP
Yeah.
and VoIP is working.
If less
Is-
than like 50 people are using it on the whole server at once, I think it.
So when maybe I should shut up about it until where only it works for like
Yeah, don't tell him.
Yeah,
let's not
I think
spread
they
it.
said something like on one of the Inside Star Citizen live streams, like, yeah, the VoIP, as you might know, wasn't really designed for meshing.
Are you
We've got
talking
to finish the
flight-
flight
wait,
model
wait,
first.
Oh my
just a-
god!
just- just
Is
a
that
point-
Nigel?
So we can't.
Nigel
So
the
it's
dev?
not reliable. Is
Point
what
of
you're saying at
clarification.
all.
Point of clarification. Are you
Well,
saying
this is the-
VoIP with an F like Foxtrot, or are you saying VoIP with a V like Victor?
Voice is in
Same
Victor.
thing.
VoIP as in Fox. Like yeah, it's both. VoIP is the
The
face one, right?
implementation is VoIP first, but it's VoIP on the back end. Like,
Well,
because they
just
made that
talking
big
to
deal
each
a few years ago with
talking to each other was supposed is the VoIP part of it. The
The-
VoIP as
yeah.
in F is like facial recognition and making your the animation of the facial features match yours. Which
Yeah, and
I guess
they-
that's kind of cool, but who cares?
it's the same thing. Like you can actually notice characters' mouths moving when you're
Yes,
using.
I understand that, but most of the time people are wearing helmets.
Yeah,
Makes no sense. Waste
I'm
of
gonna
time.
I'm gonna test this for the next show. I want to have an entire crew, an entire voyage with nothing but in-game comms. See how
it'll
far
be a
we get.
nice and quiet trip.
Yep, it'll be a short show.
Which is kind of sad because you'd think that they could implement things like you click down a list of different like servers that are in game, almost like Discord servers. I mean, people just like, hey, come to the hangout. This is the official channel of Orison, and you can connect to it.
Finally, be able to use my in-game line.
What's that?
Jar Jar, my eyes are up here.
Because I'm looking at your knees. Yeah.
Is that what you're looking at?
Do you want one of those Professor X cart things?
I don't know
Wheelchair?
where I don't know where
want a
this whole
wheelchair?
no leg thing came from.
I don't know either.
Well, I was
Maybe 'cause
just
the worm ate it.
I just wanted to let everybody know that people without legs can still get around.
Okay.
Well, I mean,
You
yeah.
have that rare gift for sarcasm, Jojo, where it's like, is it a? I don't. Is he? I can't now. Is he being sarcastic?
I'm
I
being.
don't know.
This
He's
is
just
this is
I never
why
know.
I'm still unemployed. This is,
Well,
no,
again,
I'd have to get an interview to disappoint them with my sarcasm, but ooh,
He's
did you
just like,
know?
look, I would be terrible here, and they
Did you
just
know?
stare at you.
hey man, that might actually I might start implementing that strategy. That might work because what I've been doing so far does not work.
You know, when you get
So
the person
there's,
that really gets it, that's probably going to be one of the best jobs. Like,
yeah, that's
just
true.
rolls right with it.
True, it's true.
I gotta
I'd
tell
be set
you,
for life. Yeah,
I gotta
Anubis.
tell you that the screwed up thing nowadays, and this is real for everybody who may be working on things, and maybe you got laid off or whatever. The truth of the matter is that a lot of these companies, either to impress investors or to comply with state and local laws, and for tax purposes, um, they'll post job listings that they don't intend on filling, and they'll put you through several interviews, and then when they have to do their reporting, they go, hey, yeah, we've been looking for people. But or they go, yeah, we're growing, look how many job opportunities we have. But if they don't actually hire anybody and they get a bunch of investors to jump on board, then they can trickle people in as they need it, but they can also reap a lot of benefits. And that's an actual thing that's going on. And so unfortunately, it's like, it is tough. It's not you. Okay, definitely not you.
Well,
And that's
it
for
could be you.
everybody.
You don't know who you're talking to.
I mean, maybe you suck. I don't know. Maybe
Could
you're
be.
a narcissist or
Not
something, and
everyone's
people are like,
great.
ugh.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All right. So we're coming up on 2 hours here. 2 hours is our longest show. But I do want to talk a little bit about ships. I like to
Yeah.
bring ships to the end because that's what everyone wants to hear.
The Cuddy Brown.
So I make them go through the whole episode before we. So I'm gonna say something controversial, maybe. I don't give a fuck about the Apollo medevac because it's just a fucking bigger Cutlass Red. Like, there's nothing special about it. Here's a ship with 2 fucking med beds in it.
But it looks sexy.
Why are people excited about this? I don't understand.
It's a sexy looking ship. It just looks better.
Yeah, it looks
Is it-
neat, but who the fuck cares? It doesn't add anything to the game whatsoever.
You got 3 beds instead of 2, right?
Wow.
I think and maybe don't you get a higher tier?
Yeah.
What does that do?
There's also modularity with the beds, so you're going to be able to swap around the beds.
What do you mean?
It's
You
a
can move
good-looking
them in the
ship.
ship?
No, as in you can swap out for more lower tier beds or fewer higher tier beds.
But what's the point?
Well, there's no difference
I
in
know
bed
we
tiers.
don't have much. There is a difference. It just isn't much. It's very minimal right now, and like
That's
we
'cause
don't have enough
everybody's-
medical.
What's the difference if right now I'm playing the game tier 1 to tier 3 bed? What's the difference?
The respawn range on a tier 1 bed is the highest.
So it's just range.
Well, yeah, and
and
the tier
also-
injury that you have, right?
Yeah, and healing tiered injuries.
I mean, but the thing is that you could just regen.
I know we don't have
You
proper
just-
medical gameplay.
And you don't even have to go back to
Wake
the
up.
base, to the space station. Now you can just regen at most ground locations, it seems.
Okay, so what if we're looking at, okay, well, the next step is get rid of regen, and that body needs to be transported.
We're
Yeah,
not
but then that's
going
never
to get
gonna
rid of regen. Yeah.
And
Yeah,
then
we're not
there's
going to get
maybe
rid of
there's a
regen,
timer.
And gosh, getting the whole reason of going back for your body was the armor was always a big part of that. It's going to be insurance for armor. They're going to have to make it either extremely expensive or I just feel like
Time-gated.
we're going to have to. You're going to lose some consequence there.
What if you can't
Interesting.
afford to regen your legs? It's just like the
You
rest
just
of them.
pick the
Like
body.
your left arm is gone, or your head.
Yeah, can I be honest? Today I realized I am poor in Star Citizen.
How much do you
What-
have?
I have like 2 million, and I was like, great,
What?
I'll buy. I
Holy
was gonna buy a
shit.
cargo ship, and I was like, I can buy like a Mustang bit. I was like, what the
Feels
fuck,
like
dude?
you're rich to me, though. Then again, I don't.
No,
I
Trav,
just
you're hungry.
Just
I-
ask money from the
under
coffer.
$1 million.
Tav, you need to try
Oh,
more.
you need to.
If
That's
you just
Tav
work a
is
little
a-
harder, Tav.
Hey,
I'm a
hey,
little
no,
worried about
man.
you.
I go, I hang out with other people. You know, even in Red Scar, it's like, what do you do at Red Scar? It's like, I just walk around with my gun.
That's why you're that's why you're fucking broke.
That's
Admittedly,
is
we
a
don't do a lot of
traveling-
money-making activities most of the time. So that's understandable.
But I look super cool. Like if anybody stumbles upon us one day, they're gonna stumble upon us and be like, man, they pay people to fucking patrol the perimeter like that. I'm like, yeah.
Badass. I should join Red Scar.
Right?
Joke's on you. We don't pay anyone anything.
Yeah, they don't.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we don't
No,
exactly.
Nobody gets paid. That guy's just
we-
crazy.
once the industry folks start coming back, well, they'll start making money again. But
Yeah,
most of our
Tav is a
activities are not money making.
Hey, we all want different things out of the game, right? You know, we all get different things out of the game.
I don't know if we all do want different things out of the game. People say this. I just think everybody wants to have a good time in a fun space game that is less arcadey and more realistic, because that's what was advertised to us.
see. I'm trying to do like mining or exploring, and Avenger 1's trying to do blockading entire star system
I'm gonna clip
or
this
entire
so we can
planetary systems.
shit talk him, guys.
Wait, what?
Fuck that
This is
piece
actual,
of shit.
I can
Fuck
never
that guy.
tell when y'all are
Fuck that
serious,
piece of
sarcastic.
shit. What a garbage.
I
don't.
we are
I've never.
not.
I've never met
You're
the
so
guy.
sarcastic
but-
right now.
No, we're not being sarcastic. What
No,
they
he's
were
actually
doing,
kind of a dick.
it's just such a shitty thing to do. So this is what Avenger Squadron did. What, 2 or 3 days ago or whatever.
Yesterday,
And yeah, I'm sure they've been doing it all week. So Avenger Squadron, everyone's doing Hurston missions, moving cargo. So Avenger Squadron, quote unquote, locked down Hurston, meaning any cargo ship that was there trying to do the missions, they killed them and took their cargo. And I don't think they were letting
Okay.
people go. They were killing like miners, people doing cargo.
I mean,
And
it
then
is-
and then they texted, wrote in chat on the server, 1-on-1 with Avenger 1. Anyone who beats him gets the cargo. So what they're doing is they're seal clubbing people who have no intention of playing with them at all, and they're just trying to like goad people to fight with Avenger 1. I think the from my perspective, the backlash here is anybody who like would want to engage in like space combat, especially anyone who want to engage in space combat like challenging, I think was turned off, because we have some of those people in our org who are very good, who have actually killed Avenger 1 before. And they're like, no, like I'm just not doing that because this is stupid. I don't want to participate in that.
Would it be, I mean, if there's seal clubbing, I mean, wouldn't it be just assemble a larger group of seals? Isn't that not possible to
That's not what the SEALs do,
have a
Tav.
larger-
The SEALs are a
larger
bunch
force
of
come in and
Seals are not
intervene?
unionizing.
yeah. The SEALs.
mean,
the SEALs.
Oh.
I mean, I'll tell you this.
Let me ask one real quick question, Jar Jar. In the beginning of the broadcast, you mentioned something about some kind of controversy on Reddit. Is this it?
No. The Reddit controversy was what we were talking about with Jens, which what the fuck was it?
Oh,
It's a
They don't actually
misunderstanding
go on
anyway.
Reddit.
But
It's a misunderstanding.
It was the
It's-
changing. No. It was the changing of what they said was going to be a co-op, where it's just you and your buddies fighting the enemy. They changed it now to a sandbox event where arguably you could still get
Yeah.
camped with PvP. You know,
Yeah.
the way
people.
yeah.
They
way it
relabeled
was
the co-op mission into Sandbox.
the way it was described, at least in the comment, was that it sounded like they swapped two events. This is not the co-op event anymore. Or the co-op activity that's
Yeah.
being bumped back. They're swapping it with another, which I don't mind another Sandbox event. I've liked the ones they've done so far,
I like
but it's
all of
not.
How I
more
read it as
content.
well.
It all stays.
Yeah.
It's more
Yeah.
content. Yeah.
Yeah, I just think some people are thinking like, oh, this is no longer a co-op. No, it's just a different thing.
Yeah, they're getting their panties in a bundle. People get their panties in a bunch a
I do
lot.
hope that they don't let all this new sandbox content. I just hope it all doesn't go the way of so many missions. Like Hathor exists. Is Hathor? I don't know the status of it, or if that
No one
Still
goes
doing
there
it.
anymore.
No, plenty of people still do it. It's
So it
just not
works.
as busy.
They're just farming Antium.
It works.
If it works, then I
Yeah.
welcome new. If the worm's going to work in the future, like let's keep adding sandbox events because at least that's something to take a friend around and be like, hey, there's a cool spot and
Oh, the worm
Stanton to
base
go
is so
to the
cool.
worm.
Like,
And then you
yeah,
take your
I've
friend
added
there.
Bases
to-
on whether it be Pyro 1 or Pyro 4 or 5 or 4, whichever one it was. I think 4.
Yeah, but Tav, you take your friend there, and then Avenger Squadron murders you and kills you, and then you're like,
think
"Oh, I
that
guess we
would
should have
be
brought more
fun
people."
than anything else that's happened game wise. If that's allowed to happen, I think my friends would be like, "Oh, we got killed. Those are real people." I'd be like, "Yeah, they're real people." And it'd be like,
Well,
"So
I'm
how do we
okay
get
with the
around
game
that?
allowing
Like,
it.
how do you find them? How do you go against that?" It'd be like, "Well, you show up either in more guns, a bigger ship, more people, more
Yeah.
fighters,
Yeah.
like."
I like that.
And
I like that you can
if
do
I
it.
can get to that point, that's fun. Like Avenger doing this thing to me sounds like okay, it's a little bit of piracy, like, and this is the the Wild West, Caribbean, however you want to look at it. He wants to blockade a mission-heavy city or attempt to. Surely there are orgs large
I mean,
enough
is it
to
piracy or is it
present some
ganking?
form of
it's griefing.
Griefing.
but
Well,
there's hero orgs
there's
that
a-
would rally. Now they have something to do that's not the mission. Now
are they-
orgs that are designed to protect have something to do. They have pirates to fight.
So here's the thing: are they profiting off that cargo? Is it just mission cargo, or is it like mining stuff? So taking it actually can profit them because
It's
I
a
don't
resource
mind
drive
that as
cargo.
much.
Yeah.
So, but it's not the contracted stuff, right? Like, because if it's contracted stuff, then like, what's the point? You're just killing people. But if it's like you're actually trying to like, oh, let's see how much our org can make off of piracy, and you're actually doing legit piracy, okay, I'm
No,
all
no,
for
no,
it.
no, no.
F it.
They're
It sucks.
not- they're
By
not doing
nature,
it.
by blocking them from completing the mission, you stop them from accomplishing the efforts that are overall affect their corporation, right? So
Yeah, but
there is
Hurst is maxed
utility.
out.
There is utility in stopping people.
But that's not why they're doing it, and that's not what they're telegraphing. And they're ganking people to try to goad people to fight Avenger because he's bored.
And he
Well,
shouldn't be.
So tell me that he is and I've heard some stories too, but he hangs around for the good fight then that surely must be mustered to like fight him and his ships, right?
Yeah, until they take a mantis and shove it inside an Idris so you can't break free.
Yeah, they put a mantis in.
Which is
I think it was a Polaris, or was it an Idris?
it was an
matter.
Idris.
So they
That's
put,
I haven't heard that before. That's some pretty novel thinking.
I
It
mean,
is.
it is. Yeah, I'm not mad at them for that at all. Actually, like that's Star Citizen lets that happen. It's good that they found that. Hopefully, CIG will like address this.
Hey, yeah, don't let them do that.
It's a little ridiculous.
But no,
Clever
there's
use of
surely
game
is something
mechanics.
good by having if they're going to be the bad people. Like I kind of like that there's player baddies. Isn't that like there's some
Yeah.
there's kind of good for
Yeah,
the game,
yeah.
right? A little bit.
A little bit.
I hear what you're saying. Frustrating for the new player working for
Yeah,
Hearst and
seal
Dynamics.
clubbing
That's
is
the
not
thing. That's the
great.
point.
The
Yeah.
seal clubbing
Like,
part.
seal clubbing is bad, but having bad. But where do you draw the line there? I guess.
Yeah,
If
and
they-
it kind
if
of
they were
feels like that's how
pirating
you
these-
poach the waters, right? You club a bunch of shit seals, and then a defensive good org gets activated, right? I don't know, and then you have this really what presumably would be a pretty large fight.
But there's also the
I'm-
question: are you just encouraging bad behavior by giving them what they want? Just
Right.
fight.
That's why nobody wants to do it because like I don't. And they're not like letting these people go. They're killing them. You know what I mean? They're being jerks.
It's a blockade, I mean, yeah, if it's a shoot on sight.
Yeah.
Now that the hailing system works,
I mean, the
I was
corp
hoping
should
that
have
we
something
would
to say
see a
about
lot
this, but
more people that are shooting people down. Like, I mean, if I'm going pirate lifestyle, if I'm living, I'm hailing the target, and I'm saying I'm transferring terms, I'm typing. I wish there was a way to type directly to somebody. That would be so much better than not everybody takes your hail.
Yeah,
I
that goes
only
But I
back.
have-
like this piracy gameplay. It's we may not participate in it, but I really want it to exist.
Yeah, I wanted to be pirating, not just flat out murdering because you can and you're bored.
Yeah. Okay.
So I'll tell you
yeah.
the reason this upsets me is going back to a game many people have played is Elite Dangerous.
Yeah.
Elite Dangerous had this really awful mechanic of engineering, which was just grinding to get components. But when you get those, everybody gets the first mission, which went to this one location. And if you started Elite Dangerous, if you're a new player, you're in like a starter ship, you would go to this one location and there were griefers there and they would gank you. And Elite Dangerous is just like Star Citizen, takes you so long.
Travel times are so long.
Travel times are insane. So you'd go there and then someone, in a fucking zooted out ship would just gank you right away. And that like actually upset me because it's like they killed me in 4 seconds. And it was like, how much fun are they getting from this? And they're actually kind of ruining my evening now. So that's what upsets me about this is that you're ruining someone else's
way
evening.
to organically, raise the security level on Stanton. I just there seems to me I still want it to be possible. I don't think anybody should be untouchable.
Totally.
I love the fact that if you really didn't care from somebody enough in Stanton, you could risk it all and kill somebody. Yeah, you go to jail, you serve time, but there's I won't play the game for 2 days. I'm killing you. I love that about the game. It creates so many fun role play things that happen organically. Like,
well, I like that the game can do that, but also the person who does that is kind of shitty.
Well, there's conflict in the game that naturally will happen. Like, I want trade deals to go sour. I want
but you're not. It's not a fair fight. That's the thing.
Right.
Like,
It's
it's
the
cool that
ganking.
anyone
It's
can
the
get ganked
distinction
at any time,
between the
but
ganking. But
right.
for it to be a sandbox, I do think self-policing is the best way to go. Bring the bounty hunting that is now working? Question mark. This patch, I
believe it
haven't.
is,
I haven't.
yeah.
I don't know.
tested.
Maybe.
Player bounties have been working again.
So, I think that is the best way is to have it policed. Ideally. We have so many zones where you can't shoot already in Stan. Pyro being a little bit more weapons free is welcome.
I actually like Pyro for that reason. I feel like I can't defend myself in Stanton with all these laws and
Somebody will just yeet a box right into your face, right? Like, it's
yeah. It's like,
Well,
I
I
want to
think
shoot.
that
you want to turn around and shoot that person, and you can't do it in Stanton. And so I think there's plenty of protections. And if they have it's not easy. That means they have the manpower to patrol what is outside what is Lorville, right? And outside Everest as well. Like, so that's a lot of manpower. That's impressive. If they have that kind of manpower, and people would server hop if it really bothered them that much.
people did.
So
But I think
yeah, go ahead, Noobs.
I think the UEE should intervene. I think if you have like a crime stat of over 4, then you're getting ships showing up, driving you off. You got hammerheads showing up, stuff.
Absolutely.
Easy there. UEE that's going to cause. We can't even get our elevators to work right, and you're wanting them to start programming some AI to go and defend against some bad guy.
Fair
We
point.
had this. And they were supposed to be back this
We
patch.
did have it.
We did have it.
And that was they figured out ways to abuse that too.
No, but it's a
How many
simple
how many times
escalation.
It used to be
How
as your
many
crime stat
times-
rose, if you got high enough, you would get intercepted.
a
from
couple
quantum.
years ago,
you could even quantum without being interdicted.
your
That
doors
shouldn't
would
be
open on your hangar, and all of a sudden the cops were shooting at you inside your hangar.
As they should.
I just
There
think you solve so
should
much
be-
of this by bringing back
it's-
quantum interdiction inside Stanton for if you have a crime stat.
Because a crime stat shouldn't just be a number; it should be a consequence, and it should put you on the run, and it should get you trackable, and not just running to Grimhex or something. They really got to solve that part. The fact that someone could just run to Grimhex and
Well, no,
that's all they do.
Well,
No,
that
this
should
should
be
have
that should be their one refuge in the entire solar system. That should
They
be
got
their
a whole.
one refuge.
There's a whole other system that they can refuge.
Exactly, but in this solar system, they have one refuge. In Pyro,
there
you
should
have
be more.
refuges of civility. All the major stations, you can't shoot anybody in, so it's fine to have one criminal refuge in Stanton. I think.
I
And
mean,
also to travel to Pyro, that gate is supposedly going to be policed. The Stanton Pyro Gateway.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
can
so
use
you're
your
not gonna be able to
transient
go to Pyro.
point.
Yeah. Yeah, you'd
We'll
have
take,
to
we'll
find
take
another.
micro jumps. Ideally, there will be micro jumps there, right, through those little back channels. that
Yeah,
you
the
can take.
transient holds.
Yeah.
Jump
But
points.
you
but
don't
at the
know where
same
you end up.
time, I should be able to, quantum pretty close to my bounty. If I can see where they are, I should be able to quantum to them. And that should keep them on the run when they are in areas where, they have a crime stat. They should
And-
be scared.
Anubis, that's coming with the new flight model.
Oh, Which
you
iteration?
didn't
I know
hear?
they're planning several stages.
Yeah. He's been working on it.
They've been
working on
planning
it
for 13 years.
for the new
Y'all gonna- oh,
Weren't we
Oh,
talking about
Physicalize.
yeah, I was gonna try to bring us back there, but we just
at least we're
it's-
talking about Star System.
At least we're talking about Star Citizen. I know.
And not
and not
Doom.
paraplegics?
I'm not cutting. None of this gets cut, as every episode.
Oh god.
The only thing that gets cut is if I'm drinking too much bubbly beer and I burp into the microphone like I did 2 episodes
Yeah.
ago.
Unbelievable.
Nobody said
Okay.
anything.
We're
I
all
was
too
muting.
polite.
Well,
I was
We
muting the
accept you
wrong.
for who you are.
I was muting the. I was hitting the wrong mute
Look,
button. when
we
I was
know you're
burping.
unemployed and these things happen.
Yeah, yeah.
Welcome to the club.
But it isn't you.
This entire
again.
show should be like a 3-drink minimum. Like,
Can't drink anymore.
and
So
that's for
about-
the host. Like, geez,
Yeah,
oh,
calling in, calling in and
well, we
listening.
know.
You gotta-
We
you
know.
switch
Yeah.
to- switch to harder
Yeah.
items. Like,
Come on.
I
time to
stopped
get-
drinking years ago and I can still handle it. Not the drink.
How do you
but-
know?
The conversation.
No,
Music
I'm talking about I can handle the conversation. I doubt I could handle a drink. If I had a piece of a drop of alcohol, I'd probably be under the floor.
Ooh.
Oh my god. Wicked, were you and you don't have to answer this live on air. Were you a racist drunk or were you a genius drunk?
I have
What?
no idea what that means. I will say this. I'm
What-
old, so in my time I have used racial slurs. I'll admit to that.
Mhm.
I know better now. I have used racial slurs. I
Sure.
have used the hard I used the hard R. I used the hard F.
You're from the South and you've learned.
No,
and
I'm from the south of another country, but I live in the south of this country now.
right.
This country being the good old U.S. of A.
I
Proud to
moved,
be an American.
bro. I moved from the abolitionist part
Three,
of the United States to like what's not even like the South, but close enough to the South. And I'll tell you, man, these people down here are like different. It is.
Well,
it is.
what do
I've
you
lived in. I've
mean,
lived in.
these
I've lived in.
people?
Listen, man. I've lived in multiple
It's-
countries, and I'll tell you, there's people in like the Northeast have more in common with people in parts of Europe than they do with people in the South of the United States, for sure. Like,
the
definitely.
Southwest version of where you live. Damn, man.
No, I know, and
Well,
I like you.
Everyone that I've ever met down here that's an implant to the dirty South where I live, they have all unanimously said the most friendly people, the most welcoming people they've ever met has been right here in the South.
Because they're afraid.
And I'm talking North and
You
South
gotta get back to
Carolina,
Star Citizen.
Georgia, Alabama, Mississippi, Louisiana. Now Mississippi and
Shame
Louisiana is a little
on.
bit of a different thing, and in Florida,
Yeah.
that
Go
is a
out,
whole
planet.
different thing too.
Fuck Florida, bro. I went to Florida for the first time recently.
I had like
Never
a
going
nightmare
back.
about going to Florida.
Yellow.
Fucking
Florida
Florida,
is
dude.
the flattest place I've ever seen in my life.
Dude,
Flat.
it's crazy.
It's awful.
And then you go down the street, right? Where I went on the cruise, Star Trek cruise, and and then we went to Cape Canaveral to go see the space shuttle because hell yeah, and we're like driving over there, and like you're driving along the street and you have the curb, right? You've got a regular ass curb, and it's there, but like there's no grass or dirt on the other side of that curb. It's like straight up the ocean is right there at the same level as the curb.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense. Like on both sides.
Yeah.
A lot of the beaches in Florida, a lot of the beaches you can drive your car on them.
Yeah.
You can just
It's
drive right up the
unfortunate.
ocean.
You know what you
Combination
can't drive your
of
car on? Star Citizen, because they haven't figured out how to make fucking cars drive properly.
Well, they
Over
got to
rocks.
work on the flight model first.
So, all right. So before we digress too hard, I don't know if anyone's gonna listen to this long. I will say this.
Probably not.
Nobody's gonna listen to this nonsense.
Listen. Last episode we had 4 followers on Spotify.
Oh,
Okay. This episode, 7.
Hey,
You see what I'm talking? You see what I'm getting at here? All right. We had 102 or 100, I think, on the YouTube. Now we've got 1. We had 105. Now we're back down to 104. Okay.
who's
So-
the other 5 Spotify accounts?
It's irrelevant. My point is my point is somebody. There's people out here, people out there who get
Who are
something out of this.
Desperate.
Yeah.
Have
Who
some
I can
human
make-
contact.
I can make those numbers skyrocket if y'all come to my event.
What's your event?
You know the event.
Oh yeah. Well, we can't talk about that yet.
We
But
can't
we're-
talk about it yet.
No. That's what
Can't
Tav
talk
and I
about
were.
it.
No, we can't talk about it yet. But that's what Tav and I were doing earlier. We
Are
were
you guys
talking-
going to film another bathroom scene?
That's what that was for.
Hmm.
Wow.
Yeah, I have.
oh.
Hobo doesn't know about this, but I have
I
plans.
don't. Okay. I
Okay.
trust y'all. But
You shouldn't.
it's just
You should not.
if you
Okay.
made it this
Never.
far,
No, don't
there's
do
something
that.
coming up that's very interesting.
It's
There
Cuddy
you
Brown.
go. If you made it this far, there's something coming up that's very interesting. All right. Let's say
I can't wait, honestly. To be honest.
I have nothing but questions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's
no.
hype it up.
Well, next time. So for
What?
this episode, listen, we're gonna shut this episode down. I think.
Shut
Unless-
down.
Look, unless you guys have something really you want to get off your chest,
I
now's your
do.
time. All right, Anubis.
I've been, really kind of desiring to hear about Cosmic Hobo's event.
No,
You'll know
Anubis,
more
It's
soon.
not the time.
You'll know more soon.
It's not the time.
Papa John's, stay tuned.
It's a Papa
Papa
John's
John's?
pizza event. No, I
Yeah.
don't. They're not sponsoring the
Cardboard
show.
pizza. Ew.
I just
So hungry.
referencing an old meme, but fine, whatever.
All right. Anyone excited about
I'm too old for
any
memes.
upcoming ship you're excited about?
Paladin?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Who cares about the ships anymore?
Yeah,
Perseus.
like
I
I'm
want
excited for
Really.
Elevator 2.2,
Yeah.
3, whatever.
You can
the hell
only
it's
fly
on,
one
like-
ship at a time.
Right.
And
Like
the
who
F-
cares?
The F9A.
Yeah. And ladders, you can look left and right in 180 degrees and a ladder.
Letter V2.
Wow.
But
So
you still
stoked.
can't know who's 5 feet in front of you.
Ah, these face plants, man. It's like I just gotta try not to face plant. Maybe the next one. Maybe this next one. I don't know. What's this event that's taking place on the moons? Is it a moon of ArtCorp?
Oh, I'll say this, dude. The fact that they kind of changed this event at what seems like the last minute, like the for the next patch, does not bode well.
Yeah, it doesn't bode well, but I just want it to work because I'm still out there trying to
Not
get
gonna.
new people into the game. And like they were like this really cool video for the event, whether it be the worm or the trading or the one before that.
Yeah.
And it's always like these fun little
No.
events. And I'm like,
No.
yo, come on, let's play.
Yeah.
And then like we play 2 days after the patch, and it's
I have a
faceplant.
really important
Like
question.
we gotta do better as a community, as a game. How can I not be in that position to where the game is putting its best foot forward on
I have a
those
really
two?
important question.
I just need to know when to do that. Fire away, work it.
Okay, I'm watching this video on the Twitch broadcast.
Yeah.
Bathroom scene?
Jar Jar, are
Murphy's
you in?
fine.
Oh, and you're in the turret.
Yeah.
Why are you not shooting?
There's nothing to shoot.
You have to. What are you talking about? There was all kinds.
Oh, there
of shoot-
was.
Yeah.
Oh, I was probably not there. I was probably doing something else. If Murphy's flying, I'm fine and confident. If you were flying, I'd be paying attention and shooting everything.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I got you.
But Murphy,
Because someone's got to defend the ship.
no, they were low value targets. It wasn't like a big deal. We were doing the
Why you got to
that-
call Avenger 1 a low target?
that trading mission, bro. Okay. Anyway, time
Wrapping it up.
to wrap it up. We didn't do any sponsor. We didn't do any ads this
God,
week.
we're gonna go broke.
Shit. All right. Well, this is a
Oh,
freebie.
well,
We're on our own out here.
You guys can join our Patreon. Chav, make a Patreon.
I know. In the future, the Patreon.
It would be
yeah.
hilarious if you actually made one and somebody signed up for it.
Can I
Like,
say
you
something?
get $1.
Our entry
What do we
will
do
be
with it?
99 cents a month. For the low cost of 99 cents a month, you get access
Fair.
to everything that you can get for free on YouTube and Spotify.
What a
But
bargain!
we appreciate your 99 cents as support. We'll put it
Thank you
into our
so
soundboard for effects for the next
Get
poop
some
loop.
fart sounds.
Also,
Yeah,
also
exactly.
food. Right. I'm hungry.
Funny
There-
thing
Also,
is,
also
that
rice and beans.
all
Bolt
the, all
also sent in a sponsorship.
Who did that?
Volt.
Oh, we could save it.
Yeah, they do suck.
Yeah. Fuck Volt, bro.
The shotgun's pretty cool.
All right.
Shotgun is pretty sweet. I had one time and then
the quartz is no good no more.
lost it.
You got to be hugging the guy for a quartz.
Yep. And then
Yeah,
it
the
burns up.
shotties don't have it unless you have what's the pyro one? The dead rig. The dead rig is a fucking sniper rifle. Put a scope on that
It
thing.
used to be good. I tried it recently and it didn't have the same magic that it
Ew.
used to have at one time.
That's probably good because it was legitimately like a fucking sniper rifle.
Are you in an A-wing?
No,
Hurricane.
we're flying a Hurricane.
In a hurricane, and the turret is basically useless.
No, the Hurricane
Are
is
you
the best two-seater combat ship by far.
Yeah,
Are-
but not if you're not shooting. What's it matter?
I mean, this is very situational. He is not being useful here.
That's fair.
What is all this like floating around in the fake space water?
They're sitting in the little zone. You have to wait for the mission to continue.
Yeah, this was actually another cool thing that doesn't exist anymore. Was you sat in, what do they call them?
It was
The
like a little
ambush.
cloud.
Some kind of orc cloud or whatever, and that hides your signal. It hides your
Yeah.
EM signatures. It hides your whatevers.
But you have to be in the cloud to wait for the mission to progress, and then you have to go kill the dudes.
It's
defend.
really
Yes.
cool. I mean, it's like Assassin's Creed when you hide in the bushes, right? And the NPCs can't see you. It's the same concept.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's supposed to work PvP, I guess, as well. And they were supposedly like testing it, but this was 6 months ago. So
Player versus PU.
yeah, this is player
it-
versus environment.
Does it seem like to you guys a lot of times that it seems like this ship, the CIG ship, is so rudderless sometimes? It's like
Yeah.
it goes from one
It does.
Yeah,
island to the other, and none of the islands seem to matter.
100%.
I mean, these missions right now. I mean, it's mainly cargo, and for things to be centered around them, and for this to go that bad at the same time, they're
Seems like busy
saying
work, right?
it's just kind of lazy writing when they have so many other tools. I mean, okay,
I don't know if it's
take a bunch of
writing,
those.
but
I mean, take a
it's
bunch of those ships, right? Like the 890 mission, right? Make it different ships and scatter them about and say, hey, Xenothreat's been like hijacking people. Go in and kill all the Xenothreat, take back the ship and save the civilians. Like, you can throw that as a huge event or anything else, but like it's box missions, box and kill. And it's like,
I guess that's the easiest thing they could recycle, maybe.
yeah, but what does that say about their plans if they have the tools available to them right now and they don't
Well,
use
they're
them?
busy, man.
Are they?
They got that new audio guy. He's
Yeah, but
hyped.
they already have this in place. They could just do it.
Listen, I want to know when how you pick up the cargo boxes and it sounds like there's a damn gerbil running around inside of it made out of metal.
yeah.
When are they going to change that? I wonder if he's heard that, Mr. Audio.
Do they
What's
play
that
their own
guy's name? Does
game?
anybody know his name?
No, but we will. Either we're all gonna know him and be like, wow, this
Or
guy
he's going to be gone in a
or
month.
he's gonna be
and
gone.
nobody
He's gonna fucking disappear. And in 6 months they're gonna have some new young audio dude come on.
cheap.
Yeah. 100%. Yep.
Oh man, what
Let's
a
fix
shit
the
show.
audio. Let's
This
work
is
on the
it's
flight
a fun
model
ride.
and fix the audio. And let's get ray tracing in.
Yeah, no, it does kind of remind me, like I was reading the roadmap and the first thing on the roadmap was hairstyles, and I just almost just face palm. And I was like,
Everyone's-
okay, I'm glad that's
4.3 hairstyles, baby. But the thing is if you watch like Astro Pub and like those other shows, they talk a lot about like, oh, it's important, and it is important to get diverse hairstyles and stuff in. It's just like,
it
is that like really
it is far more
should we be
important to cast
impressed?
the hair to replace the whatever that is with people that can make sure every time I bring somebody into the game, they don't have a terrible experience.
Yeah, and
Sure.
it is, but it's adequate at this moment.
I mean,
It doesn't need to be changed again.
Yeah, I mean, they have maybe
I
enough,
thought we
and
just
they
got
have
new
enough
ones. Didn't we get new
diversity
ones
of
2
the hair.
patches ago? Like another
did.
10 or
And
whatever?
it's cool that they're bringing more in. Like, I'm cool with them bringing more in, but yeah, the
It's
fact that like
fine.
you look at the patch and you're like, okay, hairstyles and like a mission that's
It's just the top of the
immediately gets
roadmap
canceled
link
and like
that,
swapped and like
Well,
it was
they're all
shared out.
different
Yeah.
teams. That's the thing. It's like the hairstyle people aren't the same people doing the chat interface. Like they're different teams.
totally 100%.
It's clear that the hairstyle team's more efficient, apparently.
Yeah, the
Frankly,
hairstyle
but,
team is
I mean-
banging them out.
marketing or whoever's doing the post, that is what they led with. I was
Yeah.
like, yeah, I wouldn't have. I mean,
I think
come
it's like
on now.
alphabetical
Come
though,
on
and
now,
art
y'all,
comes first. So
yeah.
Think
like-
about if Squadron's delayed, they take all those devs, right? They put them on.
That's
Hold
not-
on. They put them on
Fans
working
is
on
too
the
bad.
PU, right? They work on making them help with the game mechanics to build a community, whatever, right? But then they get that experience and they get the sense of what the real larger universe is like, and they bring that back into Squadron 42 in order to make it feel a little bit better and a little more expansive.
I hear what you're saying. I think it's a not a bad idea. I don't think there's a frog's chance in hell that's the path that things are going to go.
I mean, maybe not, but it's wishful thinking, and that's half of, 80% of Star Citizen fandom.
Right, they're full steam right as of now. They're full steam on Squadron, right? That's what the assumption is. across the board.
100%. Yeah, there's this is not like what we've seen so far this year. Even in like stability and the amount of content that they've put into the game is not reflective of a 1,000-person team. The fact our UI, like, where's our new UI, dude? Why are we just still using the old UI? Right? Like, how long does it take you to develop that? And you didn't go back and like fix a few things and like change a few things. Clearly, you've either fired that whole team, or something happened to that whole team and they don't work anymore. You burnered it, or you moved them to Squadron 42, or something happened where like that UI team is not working on UI for Star Citizen. That's just obvious at this point. Given it's been over a year now. How long has it been?
Yeah, they might be working on the next iteration. I mean, when we did finally get the updates to, frankly, the star map, I mean, the Moby Glass has gone through so many iterations.
Yeah, but even the star
I feel
map,
like every 2 years, the Moby Glass got a giant facelift there for at least a decade.
Yeah, but that's my point. Like, the star map was supposed to be like a tier 1. Like, they were like, and there's going to be more coming, and there hasn't been any more coming.
You can't set your own locations, which they had promised.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff.
You can't go back to your ship, which they had for like half a second for some reason.
Hold on, I will say that is the coolest thing about the most recent patch, at least for me, is the fact that you do have markers for your capital ships when you leave them in your subcraft. Like,
you should be able to.
That's super cool. Like, that has opened up giant new avenues of gameplay for even just a 2-person team.
You should be able to do it for all of your ships, though. I mean, you should be able to set custom markers, regardless. I mean, there's like some sort of Stanton positioning system, I imagine. I mean, it's the future, and you should be able to just
having having that feature alone, though, has been a noticeable improvement. Just being able to park a capital ship in orbit, take a captain's yacht down to the surface, do something, and then come back and be able to find your ship.
It's not just capital ships. Ships have markers.
Was huge. Yeah, all ships have markers now,
yeah,
which I thought was that was just an amazing addition.
Yeah, but the beacons don't work.
Service beacons, I would love to see functionality brought back into those. Like, you're talking about like medical beacons, just general transport beacons, or
yeah, I mean, all sorts of things. The things that used to, like, I'd be sitting there waiting for some dude to show up, like, and then you'd hear him fight, and then you both got to fight your way out. Those things are kind of fun, but they have to have an incentive to do it. I mean, shit. I mean, I don't know. Make a regen on a timer. Can't regen for another 10 minutes. The game wastes enough time. What's another 10 minutes? Heat up some burritos.
Before we end, I just want to say that I looked up that audio guy. His name is Simon Gresham or Gershon.
Okay. You have his work history there?
Oh yeah, I got his IMDb.
Where does he live?
He lives in England, I guess. Anyway, he's been active since
he lives in your mother's house.
According to IMDb, he's been active since 1990, and he's been part of over 190 productions.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I mean,
mostly film.
I was thinking about they brought on a very seasoned audio guy. That's pretty cool. Hell yeah.
Yeah, film and TV. I mean, he's been around for a minute, so.
Well, I better hear it.
I don't think we doubted his talents. I mean, the audio in Star Citizen is actually really good, and it's just he's walking into a nest right now.
Well, I just wanted to mention his name, so he's just not that audio guy that was on that show. I mean, let's give him the credit he's due. At least, he's a veteran of the entertainment industry, and hopefully he brings that experience and that knowledge, and is able to leverage it in his new role at CIG.
Audio McAudio Face. You said his name was right.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, but it's spelled Simon Gershon.
Simon Gershon. And I'm looking forward to see what he contributes, because they do have they are really good at procuring talent, and the audio is one of the, especially the music, is one of the best things in the game. So I'm excited to see what he brings.
Pedro's music.
What part of the company is Jared with? Is he part of marketing?
Yes.
He's part of marketing, right?
Part of marketing.
Do you think the marketing department has a sub department called excuses?
Oh yeah.
Open Comms
yeah.
Radio, your Star Citizen call-in show. If you made it this far, thank you. Thank you for stopping by. You can like and subscribe if you're there on the YouTube. If you're found us on Spotify, please give us a follow. But most important of all, keep listening. And if you want to call in, you can call in and join us any Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. We're going to call it here tonight. At the end of the show, we always give each one of our guests a kind of final word, and I try to go in order. I think I'll get it this time. Wicket, you were first guest tonight. Is there anything you want to say to CIG Chris Roberts or the people of the internet?
Sandy and Chris Roberts, stop, put the rudder back on the ship, steer, please. And look, this guy Simon, he seems like really hyped. He's got a lot of energy. I kind of like him, just some first impressions. Let's not kill his vibe right off. Let's keep him around for a couple of years.
Let him work. Thank you. Thank you, Wicket. Cosmic Hobo, our Cosmic Hobo regular. Is there anything you want to say to CIG, Chris Roberts, or the people on the internet?
Just fix those cargo vaders, please, and try and incentivize the BGU some more.
Double amen. Yeah.
Whoa. Lord Anubis, anything you want to say to CIG, Chris Roberts, or the people on the internet?
CIG. This time is important. You have the tools available to you. You can reallocate assets in order to create a thriving world that will keep your employees employed for years to come. We can wait a moment. We want to be able to experience the universe, not just play a game. At least in my opinion, not just play a game for a couple weeks and that was a great experience, and it is an artistic experience, and it is important, it is wonderful. But you could build so much more, so many more experiences if you just take a little bit of time while you have right now, while the game is fairly stable, to bring people in, build something bigger, and then return to it, fresh perspective, and with an enthusiastic, much larger fan base that is, interconnected and making you a bunch of money, because then they buy a whole bunch more ships, sell more ships, and for the next 20 years.
Thank you, Lord Anubis.